we are giving it a shot. Let's see what happens. It says I'm live. Let me go get Grumble going, because Grumble takes her time. And I'm going to check YouTube to see if I have sound. Uh-oh. Oh, it's muted. Hang on. See if I have sound. Hey, what do you know? There we go. All right. So it works. Wow, it's been a while since I've been doing this. Sorry, everybody. I know the whole 10 people who watch me regularly. For those of you out there who emailed and sent comments on the few things I did or asked where the heck I was, thank you. Sorry, but we finally had it with, I'm sorry, going to throw their name out there. No shade at them too much. Well, okay, some. Mediacom, we'd had it. We gave them years to try to fix it, and every time there was a downage, it was our grid. We were paying way too much for the speeds we were getting. You know, we were paying like $100 and something for 200 to 300 megabits download, but about 20 or 15 upload. It was abysmal, and we had so many downages and problems and slowdowns. And, well, we went fiber. We're saving about $50 to $60 a month. And I just checked my speeds with my VPN off. I am running 950 up and 950 down. So, whoa! Wow. Yeah, I'm just chatting right now, so don't click off if you're going to watch this later, because I am just giving anybody to get a notification if YouTube will send mine as a small channel, and somebody who hasn't been on much, they kind of punish you in the algorithm that way. But, yeah, nice to be back a little bit. I'm going to try to be on more. At the very least, now I can do it from my computer. I didn't do as much from my phone just because I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off, the old saying goes, from the farmers I grew up around. Yeah, helping my father, and whew. I don't know how many of you out there have got experience dealing with an elderly parent, especially one that wants to fight, argue, whether it's a fear of their age creeping up on them, or the decline, or the decline itself, how much it can take time to deal with them, and when they want to argue everything. I mean, everything from arguing about how to hook up a garden hose to why he blew circuits in his house, which I'm always the one driving way out to fix. But I'm not bitching. I mean, my dad did tons of Little League and Boy Scouts and other stuff for me, so it's my turn. All right, so, been a while. We are going to talk about a few things here. And yes, we are going to talk about the Karmelo Anthony kerfuffle. And I know that I may, if you're watching this later, give me a thumbs up because I'm going to need it. Because people always want me to stream about this time. They ask me to. I've got emails on it. People in my chat have asked me to. Don't be doing it so late all the time. When I stream really late, you know, between 1 and 4 a.m., I get 10 times the views. I stream like this when I'm asked, less than a tenth. So, okay. If you're running into this, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to need it. If I annoy you enough, then subscribe. All right, so we're going to start over here. And Brian Krasenstein. Now, this chick here, she dropped some bombs. YouTube, don't come after me. I am reporting the news. This is news. I'm not saying crap. This is talking about what's going on in America right now. I'm going to start off with, people were mad. Some leftards and a lot of our more melanated citizens were angry that there were no black people on the jury for Karmelo Anthony. One, if you're mad that there's not a certain racial or gender makeup on a jury, you are the sexist and the racist. If you are outright saying with no evidence that, oh, the white people can't be proper juries, they're biased against black people or gender-wise, that is crap. You are outing yourself as the racist or the sexist. Now, on the other hand, you may go, well, they dismissed these people. They dismissed 2 black jurors who were going to be jurors because they both said, one said, well, I just don't know if I can send a black person to jail, even if he did it. Another one, I just don't want to send a black boy to jail. Are you kidding? Facts be damned. Then we've seen tons of people in the crowd. The only good cracker is a dead cracker. People saying, I don't care if he did it or not. We got to stand by our own. Are you kidding? Then there are people in these crowds outright saying, not only should Austin Metcalf be deceased, so should his brother. They were domestic terrorists. Are you kidding? This has exposed a big problem in America, and I know I could take some heat if anybody sees my channel. What could be the heat I'm going to take is because I'm going to say right out, those African-American citizens, black people, were removed from the jury pool rightfully. If you are outright saying you aren't going to want to convict a black person no matter what, then you can't be on the jury. We can't trust you. When 77% of all black people, well, it's between 74 and 77, depending on the polling, think that white people must pay them reparations, you're the racists. You can't trust somebody who says you owe them money just because of your skin color for something that happened 150 years ago or more. That is insane. We got these people who are just cussing white people, attacking white people, think it's okay. And it's not just in America. As we're going to talk, UK, other first world Western nations are having this problem. Henry Novak? It looks like Novak to me, but I've heard Nowak. I think it's Novak. And then the dude in Belfast getting his head almost sliced off with a table knife. Insane. So it's caused a problem. These people are out here rioting and being angry because a man was rightfully found guilty of murder. Even his friends say he egged it on and was wrong. That Austin Metcalf openly said more than once, dude, I'm not going to fight you. And he still stuck a knife in his chest. I saw the other day some people on YouTube who are obvious liars saying he only had a little Leatherman and those only a little bitty knives. One, I don't care. If he was able to push that little bitty knife through the bone area into his heart, that is insanity level anyway. And is already proven the knife blade itself is over 3.5 inches long. That's not a Leatherman. He went in there. It was premeditated. It's clear as hell. Every witness admits Karmelo egged this on. And I'm going to disagree with Tim Pool here. This is about race. I'm betting Karmelo would not have been egging on another black youth at that level. One, because he knows the black youth can fight, push back, and he's obviously going to be in deep crap. Or he might respond the same way Karmelo was looking to. He went to the person he knew probably wouldn't respond in that way. Also, Karmelo Anthony, he's not some angel, guys. He's a pretty good-sized guy. It was reported that, Austin Metcalf was this big dude and poor little Karmelo. No, Karmelo and him had a 40-pound weight difference. And Karmelo was also an athlete, including, I think I heard, head of his own football team at his school. And a track person. Bullshit. This guy went in. He was premeditated. Whether it's I'm fitting into my gangsta culture or just, once again, cannot control themselves. It's insanity. And I will say it's not just the black community. There's a lot of leftists out there who now have gone through school where teachers teach words hurt. Words are violence. So somebody says a word you don't like, you can punch, punch, poke, poke. Insane. Any teacher who's taught that should never, ever be in a classroom with our children ever again. Until we go back to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Hell, even Bugs Bunny cartoons did that. I remember my teachers saying that when I was in school. Going, yeah, so they said words. How are those words going to hurt you? Just ignore them or go, whatever. At the end of the day, those words don't do anything to you. But did they hit you? No. Then walk it off. Not now. Not now. Where's your violence? You can punch, punch. Stick, stick. So yeah, sorry guys. Hey, Rebexy. I demand jury made up on left-wing gender ponies. Yeah, no kidding. The evidence was all there to see. Oh, it was 100%. And this trial is, there are people going, why the hell did they even go to trial? They should have been trying for, which I guess there was an offer earlier on of a deal, a plea deal, and they denied it. It's just stupid. It's like they demand, I'm sorry. It's like they thought the race card could be played in 2026. That people, the fatigue hadn't set in. That this was still 5-6 years ago. When white people were just like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. The word racist doesn't not work against white people anymore. Barely. They thought they play the race card and get him off. Now, I have another problem with his family. His family, stick with me here. Karmelo Anthony's family screwed him over. This kid had been in trouble. Good grades, but this kid had been in trouble from a well-off family. Once again, he'd been in trouble multiple times for some crap. His parents didn't nip it in the bud. They let him be gangsta. They let him be kind of a thug. That is insane. And then what happens? Over $600,000 is donated to this family. It doesn't even go to Karmelo's defense. They used a public defender, guys. $617,000, I think, is what's there right now. And they openly said on the GoFundMe thing, by the way, why is that still up? Why is that not taken down? Reckless Ben's got his GoFundMe taken down. Why do they have one? Their son is now a convicted killer. Take that fund down. Insane. But they said, well, it may be used for living expenses. Barely any of this went to help Karmelo. They spent it on stuff for them. Renting a bigger, fancier house. An Escalade and a bunch of other crap. And they're still begging for more. And morons are still donating. That is stupid. They hung their son out to dry. Paraded him out there in a trial they know never should have happened. The evidence, the process, no, sorry, their attorney, whether he's a state attorney or not, got to see all the evidence. They have to disclose. He could have looked at them, and I'm sure he did, said, dude, you're going to get slaughtered in court. It's a saying, YouTube. And they did, they went through with this. They did not do their kid any favors at all. Sorry, I am having a problem on Rumble. Oh, there it goes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, Rumble is doing something weird. Hey, hey. Wow, Rumble wasn't going. I clicked on it, and then it took off, so I apologize. I do check the Rumble chat, but I mostly, at this point, have given up on Rumble. I'm learning Kick. I've been using Rumble just as a backup, so I apologize. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm a little fired up on this one. And I need to talk quieter. I need to learn. My voice has got some issues. A lot of talking dealing with my family. And that was all there to see. Murdered him. If a jury found him innocent, they would need AI. Yeah. Can't even claim. The problem is they're still trying to claim it's racist. They're saying it was a lynching. It was not. He did this. And the problem is the people saying this don't care. Because you can't say white lives matter. Now, this chick here, what she says, I'm not going to go out and just say this. Yikes. That is yikes, but. So I'm going to play it in a minute, but YouTube, don't come down on me. This is news. This is just what was happening on the scene. I'm just showing a video that Brian Krasenstein, a big leftist, posted. So, yeah. If he pled guilty, he would have probably got 20-25. Yes, you're right. Maybe even 15 to 25, somewhere in there. The funny thing is, at 35 years, he's only going to do probably 15 to 18 years. Which is insane because Austin Metcalf will still be dead. And I'm of the mind that if you intentionally, first degree murder somebody, you need to, if not direct eye for an eye, you need to spend at least 35 to 50 years in jail. That is it. That is it. You don't get to intentionally murder somebody who had no weapon and be out in 15 years. That is just nuts. He could be 35 years old and out. Have the rest of his life. God knows what it'd be, but his family is well off. Remember that. Even more well off now that they got all this money coming in. So I agree, Rebexy. All right. Rumble. Well, I do see a couple people on Rumble, but nobody's chatting. Okay. Now, this... I'm going to get my headphones booted up. I'm only playing this... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Because... All right. This... I don't agree with what she said, really, in a way. And I'm not blaming all black people. Don't get me wrong here. But when you have, between polling, 70, I believe it's 74 to 77% of all African Americans in America think white people owe them reparations for something they never experienced and something no white person today ever did, let alone the tiny percentage that did it 150 years ago. It was barely a percentage. And you got tons of black people here now that were never there back then, their families, and tons of white people the same way. And they're going to forget where the actual slavery was started and still happens today. So, okay. I'm not even sure I want to play this. This racist piece of crap, the Karmelo Anthony trial is Isis Rose Akers. She's 22, must be a really lonely, pathetic, hateful person. Make her famous. I don't know. She says it's a 4-second thing and it's fiery. But I'm more interested in the answer, what Brian Krasenstein has got into this. Because it doesn't matter. He's still ignoring the Karmelo Anthony, what Karmelo did. And I do believe there's some race involved here. It's funny how people like Brian Krasenstein can only see race one direction, but not in the other side where there's people screaming in people's faces, yelling, only good cracker's a dead cracker. There was a lynching. We don't care if he ended Austin Metcalf. He should have took his brother out too. All this crap and just only sees this woman. And yeah, I don't agree, but let me get my headphones on correctly. Hey, that helps. And I'm going to reboot them because I want to make sure I hear this with you. I've only played this once and I'm going to minimize myself. Hang on here. I wasn't forgetting this one time. I was actually doing right. I just hadn't gotten to it yet. All right. There we go. Now I should have shrunk me down. All right. So this YouTube, I'm reporting the news, posted by leftist media personalities.
Fucking chimping out. Just niggerdom everywhere. Fucking chimping out. Just niggerdom everywhere.
I don't agree with a lot of what she's saying, but I can understand why she says it. Once again, not all, but there's a huge problem in the black community of people not able to control themselves. If you sit down on YouTube and watch 30 minutes or 40 minutes of police body cams, math doesn't lie. Math doesn't lie. YouTubers will post any video that's going to get them views. They don't care if it's white, Asian, Smurf, black. They don't give a rat's butt. The math is we have a control issue in these people. When the math shows 13% of the American population is committing over 50% of the violent crimes, we have a problem. And the people, the last problem I'm going to say in the black community as a whole is that they not only support the best among them, but they are insane about supporting the worst. George Floyd was a piece of crap. He deserved no human support, no idolization, no St. George. This is insane. And Karmelo is no better. It's sad that a 17-year-old kid was let down by his family. Was taught wrong by probably teachers saying, words hurt, words are violence. The family should have done something to correct him. And the fact that we have a problem with a group of us in our country and other countries that have no sense of self-control, nor do they even think they have to. This feralness has got to stop. So yeah, and I know if I don't say I have black friends, people go, he just doesn't like black people, never hangs out with him. But if I do say it, they use it against you. Well, oh, he's just using it to get her through my... No. See, Kobayashi Maru with these people. If you know what a Kobayashi Maru is, you know I'm right. But I was... Yeah, she goes farther than I would, by far. But... they're right about this. How libs are like on X. Mad at her. But when this goes on... Hold them up weaponry and acting all gangsta. Oh, I love you. 100% right. Now, this is an AI of what was going on in the crowd. But there was a guy that looked just like this. It was an older guy in a flag shirt who was jumping up and down in their face. The police had to pull him back. It's insane. Now, this guy here says, here's where we have a problem. And these people are saying free Karmelo Anthony. Not have leniency. Not, just give him a shorter crime or, oh, crap, this is bad or anything else. Free him. He stabbed an unarmed child of somebody else. Ended that person's life. Free him? These people are evil, blatant racists. And once again, people hate whataboutism. But hey, let's just say these races were reversed. We would have been through riots in every major city almost right now if these races had been reversed. If it had been Austin Metcalf who'd done what Karmelo did, exact reversal, and poked him till he was in the ground, we would have race riots. And Austin Metcalf would have been found as guilty, if not more, just to save the riots. Got a kowtow to the riots. But this guy here lets it out of the bag. And there's more. I could play 1,000 of these. They're everywhere.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker. Only good cracker is a dead cracker. Only good cracker is a dead cracker.
Now here's another problem I have. I'll be with you guys in a sec. Hey, Jay Watterson. Another problem I have. This guy is allowed to use a racial slur everywhere. And that's not frowned upon. That's okay. They can use every racial slur for white people, any social media, and say it anywhere, ad nauseum, out loud. I was going up to the grocery store the other day to pick something up, and in the parking lot is a more melanated of my brethren in America here, sitting there playing a song, and there's people walking out with their children, and the N-word was blasted ad nauseum. One dad actually covered his daughter's ears. But hey, God forbid anybody else mutters the magic word, but they can do it ad nauseum. Either racial slurs or verboten for all of us. Ooh, I use German. I'm a Nazi. Shut up. They're either verboten for all of us or we all get to use them. I'm not saying I want to walk around yelling ninja, 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 but stop. If it's in mainstream music and played 8,000 watts on a Harley going by or somebody sitting in his Honda at the grocery store, bull crap. And this guy can sit here and do this. All these people can. This is a problem. For being so oppressed, it's crazy how they're the only ones in America that have actual free speech. Yeah. Crazy.
Only good cracker is a dead cracker. Only good cracker is a dead cracker.
Imagine if that was reversed. And you got a dumb in the background. Hey, they had to throw in one of the, looks like middle-aged white women, one of the leftist white women, justice for Karmelo Anthony. He got it. I'd like to ask that lady, what is your justice? What would be her idea of justice in all these people? Good Chunko Big Jabba here who's grinning at this guy yelling, only good cracker's a dead cracker. I would like to hear these people's idea what justice for Karmelo would be. Hey, he pokey a white person. Let him go. And we'll put him up on a mural and give him sainthood too. That's the problem in America. The true racism is in this skin tonage. And I'll say it right out. It is a fact. Go look at the math. The math don't math. It ain't white people attacking all the Browns folks. It is just like this. DOJ filed a report last year. For every 10,000 blacks, 153 violent crimes are committed by a black person each year against a white person. Here it is right here. Per 10,000 whites. Yike. 3. Per 10,000 blacks against white. 153. But hey, it's the white people that are the problem. This is nuts. The math don't math. So these people, including this face here, their whole justice is, we don't care. We should be able to pokey poke and end white people. That's it. It's racism. You are looking at the face of racism right here. Sorry, I will say hi to you guys. Trust me, we are going to go to Belfast. This connects to what's going on in the UK. And the thing is, people forget, in America, we've already had these darker immigrants who are offing our citizens. Only thing we haven't had is something quite as violent as what you had in the UK, where our police have not yet, in most areas, got to the point where they're going to look at the stabbing victim and handcuff them while they die, and or our citizenry, I'm sorry, I'll save it. When we get there, trust me. We're almost done with this because I can only... I'm not going to make anything about something a horse. None of them sayings. But you are looking at a face of racism right here. And by the way, nose ring theory is undefeated. All right. Just from here, send me your screw. You can R someone and be out in 7 alive someone and be out in 10. Life needs to start. Yes, 100% Rebexy. And Americans agree with you. I don't like that Karmelo Anthony got 35 years. Some people are going to be mad. Why? Because he'll probably be out in 15. He's 19. He'll be 34, 35 years old and out. Once again, his family is not poor. Even though they hung him out to dry, they didn't spend any of the $600,000 really on his defense, or they would have had a good attorney in there, or a better attorney. Even though I don't think any attorney, I think the reason they didn't, they know there's no attorney that could overcome this evidence. Not a chance. 0 chance. Even a super high-powered attorney, if they blew all $600,000 on that attorney, would have got this fixed. That evidence was damning, and they knew it, and they still hung their tongue out to dry. That is sick. That is sick, and that's my opinion. But when you're using a public defender, when somebody's giving you $600,000, that is nuts. That is insane. Sorry, guys. Northern Ireland situation has potential become serious. It needs to become serious. I'm going to try to back off that. I'm trying to do one at a time. All right, so. Over here, Crackers, Protestant. Had to look up your meaning. Well, over here we have Cracker, Honky, Casper, Chalk Demon is my favorite. I swear. I almost want a hat that says Chalk Demon on it. For some reason, dude, it's like back in the day, somebody was making fun of some Native Americans. Actually, it wasn't even the Native Americans. It was some leftist white people who were mad about the Chiefs and the Redskins. How would you like if they... And they made up shirts, I crap you not, that said Fighting Whiteys on it. Had like a white guy in a suit with a briefcase running, and it backfired. People loved it so much, other people started making that shirt and selling it. I actually had one at one time. Fighting Whiteys. I'm going to see if I can find it. They don't... It's not what they think it is. It's in their minds. But yeah, it's crazy. All right, now this one here, we're going to play this. I need to get my Bluetooth output for my computer here so I can just use my Bose earbuds. You know, then the mic will interfere. So I'm not sure I can do that. That face is not getting better, guys. That is just not getting better. Now, this will shock you, and I have a direct answer to this.
What am I going to tell my 5 sons?
Don't stab somebody over nothing. When somebody tells you to leave a place you're not supposed to be, or you're not welcome, just walk out. That's what. If there's something illegal being done, tell your sons to go get the police or an authority or a teacher or something. Not do this. Not stab. That's what you tell your sons.
America is just a racist country. What?
Yes, and you're the racist. You will not tell your sons not to stab, not to react, not to fight, not to be in police body cam videos. It's just let us do whatever we want or else. You're a racist. That's what it is. It doesn't even occur to her brain to tell her sons not to be violent, not to fight, not to stab, not to do illegal crap. Just walk away. Nope. There is a problem where they scream. If you watch body cam videos, they always scream about he disrespected me. They have no problem disrespecting anybody, especially white people. But if they even perceive a little, they think it's okay to attack. How dare you disrespect them, but they can disrespect you. It's a throwback. I'm not saying they're all primitive, but it's a primitive third world thing of I must put my thumb on you, and that's it. It's like counting, was that counting coup on each other back in the day? That's what it is. It's a jungle feeling, and I'm not saying that because there's no way to get that out. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's the way if you go over to Africa, that's what's still going on over there.
What am I going to tell my 5 sons? America is just a racist country.
Then leave. Go back to Africa and see how much better it is there. See how long you keep that nose ring in, and how long your violent children who have been coddled here, you're violent there, they don't coddle you. You think you're violent and on badass and, you know, getting in people's faces there. You do it there, they fight back harder. So yeah, it's just insanity. And this guy here is just as bad. We're only going to play a few more. I know. Oh, I saw that. Holy crap. Rebexy. Ask the 5 fathers. Holy crap. Woo. She did not mention, what am me and the dad going to tell my 5 sons? No, what am I going to tell my 5 sons? You may be onto something there. You may be onto something, dude. All right, now this guy is no better. Once again, when 77% of them think you owe them something because of your skin color, no wonder Scott Adams, what he said was damned back in the day. Nobody wants to be around half these neighborhoods of these people. Even the ones who are well thought out, go to school, speak English well, want a career, want to be civilized and around people. They don't want to be around most of their own either. You don't see very intelligent, educated, well-off black people staying around the other black people. That tells you all you need to know. Chris Rock said as much back in the day. Oops, sorry, mute.
I'm saying
white lives don't matter.
He said, are you saying white lives don't matter? Which is still amazing that that's still thought of as racist. In fact, I saw, Urbexy, I don't know if you saw the Piers Morgan interview the other day. I almost brought that up and started playing and discussing that. I might even try to do a reaction video on it today or tomorrow. Holy gods. Piers Morgan is a lying, rich, jackwagon piece of crap. He is part of one of your biggest problems over there in the UK. He is insanely disingenuous and outright dishonest.
White lives don't matter.
Fuck white lives. How about that? I'm saying that. Because y'all want to play these games. Y'all want to play these crackhead games, so I'm going to play them. Fuck white lives.
Crackhead or cracker games. One of the he said, we want to play games. Austin Metcalf didn't stab Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf. How are we playing games by convicting him? Honestly, how are we playing the games? Insane. This is a racist, my opinion. And everybody out here, free Karmelo, justice for Karmelo, are racists. My opinion.
How about that? I hate white people who are like pussies.
He's outright saying what I just said. White people are pussies, wimps, whatever. They used to getting in faces. And when a white person pushes back, it confuses them and they get even more violent. That's the problem. And the fatigue is growing. See, look at his demeanor change. And I haven't watched all this. Sometimes I try to not watch all of everything. I want to be able to react properly. You know, I don't script anything, obviously. But look, when this guy come up, after as arrogant and nasty as he was, look at him back down. Not all, but a lot of them will back down. Faced with a guy that's maybe shorter, but he's built. He's faced with somebody who's going to push back, and look how his demeanor totally changed. That is the way of the jungle. So, yeah. See, look at him now. He's totally a lot different right here than he was right here. Look at his face. Look how he reacts. Look at it. Look at him go.
Because y'all want to play these games.
See?
Y'all want to play these crackhead games, so I'm going to play them. Fuck white lies. How about that?
He was all that until right here. Watch this guy come up and watch. Watch his face change. Because right here, he's still looking all that badass. Watch the change instantly when this guy pushes back. Come on. Oh, he softens. His shoulders drop, his face. Uh-huh. Oh, no. Yeah. They don't. They're all that. It's just like the police body cam videos. Screeching, screaming, cussing, until reality slaps them upside the head and the cuffs are going on or something. Then it's like, even the guys most time. This is my last one, guys. We'll move on. But look at this crap. The Karmelo Anthony case in a nutshell. Got a color scale. These shades would be self-defense. These shades, moiter. What a load of shit. Load of shit. Let's see what responses he got real quick. Holy crap. I'm not saying that. You probably think O.J. Simpson's innocent too, huh? This guy's living proof is about color, yeah. People still think Rittenhouse, a lot of leftards still think Rittenhouse offed black people. They still believe that. That wasn't self-defense. Why do you keep saying self-defense? Nobody, even the defense's own witnesses said it wasn't self-defense. Once again, we'll show this just one more time. 3.4 violent crimes committed by whites against blacks for every 10,000 whites. Remember, there are more of us. 153 violent crimes committed by blacks against whites per 10,000 blacks. It's not even close. It's not even close. So who's the violent ones? Right here. Who's the ones you should worry about? Oh, it's the white man. White man is violent and dangerous and keeping us down. I saw on Piers Morgan the other day, and it happens in America too. Well, why is it that black people are more likely to get arrested and hurt by cops? Because they commit the crimes. They commit the crimes. Now, guys, I'm not going to blow this up. We are going to move on. Yeah, anybody here, please give me a thumbs up. You know, have to subscribe. Well, I'd like you to, but, you know, check Rumble real quick. If you're on Rumble, I am going to try to check the chat. So please put a comment in there if you'd like. If not, just give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for being there. I see at least 2 or 3 of you. Well, like I said, Rumble is mostly used for backup. If you're a salty cracker, Geeks and Gamers, somebody already got big viewers you can drag over there. It's, you know. But other than that, Rumble is kind of useless to grow on. All right, let me see here. Urbexy, we're moving on. Yeah, we are going to move on to Belfast. And I'm not blowing this picture up because this is pretty blurred and small, and I'm making sure it doesn't play. Because this is not blurred enough, and YouTube is having the kitten on this thing with people. Each one already paid the $25. Weirdest thing about the case was some were claiming is only a 3-inch blade. In court, they claim it's over 5 inches. It doesn't matter. The thing is, well, they may have think it was 5 inches folded. Then when you unfold it, the blade itself is 3.5. But no, there was some idiots online going, it was just a little Leatherman. It was a little bitty blade. Then how do you get it through the bone and into the heart? And even if he did, it doesn't matter. He stabbed hard enough to go all the way through into the heart. He didn't try to slash, defend. He was straight thrust. That is not a normal reaction. That is a premeditated reaction. If you are in fear for your life, somebody's coming at you, you don't just automatically have the time and thought to stab forward in one spot. It's crazy. I've trained for my concealed carry multiple times, and I still worry that if I was in a situation, even with that training, growing up around firearms and shooting my whole life, that I still worry about being able to do the right thing at the right amount of time, let alone this. But no, in court, the blade was at least 3.5 inches long. The blade itself. That's like that long. And if it was 5, that's that long. All witnesses say it was a large knife. A large folding knife, too. So, woof. So, yeah. May or may not have been illegal in Texas. Yeah, it's, Rebexy, I've heard it's on the edge that it was legal to carry, but not on school grounds by a 17-year-old at a track meet, I guess. It's not like me. I carry around my pocket knife all the time. Have since I was a kid. It's a Boy Scout thing, living in the country thing. I still carry a small pocket knife, but the blade's about yay long. You know. Rittenhouse had black people on the jury, and they still acquitted him. Yeah. Well, yeah, the video evidence was just factual. Also, that was a long time ago, and those people got to see right out. Like I said, not all black people are like this. But when 77% say white people owe them something for something they've never experienced and those white people never done, you got to watch. Sure, there's 23 to 25% that don't believe that, and those are great people most likely. But you got to watch the ones who believe that, because that is open racism. Yeah, the ones in Wisconsin that did that, hey, kudos to them, and that's what a juror should do. When you got people you're interviewing for a jury here in this case going, I don't think I could send a white guy to jail, no matter what the evidence shows. I don't want to send a black boy to jail. It's crazy. You can't have those people on the jury. I mean, woof. All right. Let's see. And Rittenhouse was close. People thought he was going to get convicted, even though the facts showed he was not, you know. I wonder how that dude's arm injured healed up, but he has a tennis pro. What? Which dude, Bexy? I'm missing something. You know, I bet I know what it. Probably know what it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can open that one here. Hang on. I gotta hook my computer screens up. Hang on here. Let's do it this way. I'm only doing this because I was told I should when I do this stuff. I don't know why. I don't think they're going to see anything. Who cares about my analytics? They're not seeing any passwords. Let's go here. Where is that link? He just sent it. Oh, it didn't keep up. The chat didn't forward. There we go. Okay. And now I will go to that. Go to that. Sorry, guys. Once again, I'm a one-man band, and I ain't very bright, so I do all this. I don't have a staff. Kind of self-taught dumb here. All right, but yeah, I've seen stuff like this, yeah. And this is what happened in the Belfast riots here. And a bunch of people, black-clad, took off. And I'll say this, you don't want to mess with Belfast. Anybody knows anything about history? And then we know a lot of people now, it's been a while, don't realize what the Irish could do in a conflict. They are nasty when they get going. They've held off a long time. I follow some Irish creators on YouTube, and one of them, he's a very well-spoken guy, nice guy. I don't think he has any want for any type of violence, but he's been talking for years about the government of Ireland just bringing in people against the wishes and votes of the people. The people will say no, and they do it anyway, just like in, the rest of the UK area. And I think people have had it. And people have just damn well had it in the whole first world. But yeah, this image, you're right, Jay Watterson, there's a lot of this going around. And I think, I don't want to see rampant wrongful violence, But it's time. Somehow the people have to stand up. When the citizenry fears the government, you have tyranny. When the government fears its citizenry, you have freedom. And right now, you have tyrannical governments who don't fear you. We've even had a problem with that in America. We still do. Trump can only do so much. His people can only do so much. Trying to undo all the damage and deep state crap, it's hard. And I think you guys over there are even farther along than we are. Canada's farther along than we are, by far. And the problem is you've almost hit a point in history where unless you've got to get the government, I don't know how to do it without being violent in some way. And I'm not wanting innocent people hurt and property damage, but I don't know what to do to get the government to have the proper fear and or respect of the citizenry again without something fiery but mostly peaceful. I'm quoting CNN. Fiery but mostly peaceful protests. Yeah, and a lot of people, oof, that's a good one. Yeah, a lot of people are standing up for this. They're done. They're just done. Mr. Roger did not adequately prepare me for the people in my neighborhood. Oh, my God. Yeah, a lot of Americans. We support you all across the pond. Stand and fight for your country. Your future generations depend on it. And I'm going to respond to the Matthew Jackson here. Don't know him, but that goes for America, too. We have a lot of this. You go to, Dearborn, Michigan. They play the Muslim prayer chant. They've changed a lot of signs. There's a lot of parts of America. Look at parts of Minnesota. You got Somalian representatives saying that they work for the Somalians, not America. We got a problem here too. Just we need to look in America. We need to be looking at the UK and other countries and going, shit, that's where we're heading. We got to stop that. So, woof. Sadly, it's taken so long to reunite us, but we'll be strong together. I agree. I really like this just because look at those flags together. Yes, you all need to unite and go after this. Oof, that's a good one. I mean, jeez. But no, it's just nutso when this is what caused it. And I'm not going to blow it up, guys. YouTube is squirmy on this. I understand why. You know, I disagree with it. When it's something this effective of not just Ireland or the UK, but the world in general, what's going on right now, you should be able to show news. This isn't something you're showing just for tee-hees. And maybe bigger channels can, I don't know, but I've seen other people get in trouble for even coming, for doing anything, even blurred videos, so I'm stopping here. And I will say this, whether you agree with Tommy Robinson or not, or like him or not, he's starting to be like Alex Jones. There's starting to be a lot more times you got to look at Tommy Robinson now and go, Tommy was right. Tommy was right. That is scary. That these people who are ignored and thought of as kooks for so long in our societies have now turned out to got to put that quarter in the jar for, you know, Alex or Tommy was right. A lot more often than we'd like. Yeah. Ooh. So this is what started it. This man, I believe he's a Sudanese immigrant. Okay, here it is. Okay, no, they're just talking about history. But this Sudanese immigrant, and some people say he was illegally there anyway, pinned down a citizen and was trying to saw his head off with a steak knife. And they say he gouged his eyes out, at least one eye for sure, if not both. That I think, did he die? I can't remember if he finally died or not. He was holding on for a while, and they thought even if he lived, he was going to be horribly messed up for life. I mean, I don't know. Did he finally die, guys? Let me know. I thought I heard he did, but I'm not sure. That's what I was saying. This could lead to refueling of left and right divide in Northern Ireland, end up with the unrest coming back. I don't know about left-right divide here, Urbexy. I think it's going to be citizens versus non-citizens. Or citizens possibly versus the government. This could be a V for Vendetta moment, a Civil War type thing. And America is not as close, but we're facing it here. What's going on with Karmelo Anthony when you have this many people screaming that a certain skin color owes them reparations, or people out there, only good cracker's a dead cracker? We don't care if Karmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf. We don't care if it's self-defense. We don't care. It's just a white kid. We don't care. All you're doing is showing younger white people, and they're seeing this, and they're following people like Nick Fuentes and everything else. You are going to see in the next 10 to 25 years, I say 10 to 20 years, you are going to see a huge, and I'm trying to be nice and warn black culture. For those of you that are the good 25, 35% of you that are great, upstanding, average citizens like everybody else, you need to start telling the rest of your culture, stop. What's going to happen with all this? There is sooner or later going to be a huge backlash. People are looking at what Scott Adams said about not living around. They look at what Chris Rock even said back in the day. They're looking at all this going on and these people saying they don't care. They look at police body cam videos and they see that you can't trust these people. They're going to generalize because it's so much. The math itself, the math of this is not unknown to young people. They are seeing this and living it. And you, black people, I'm sorry, you are going to see a huge backlash in many countries if you do not get this under control. You are going to see huge distrust from this person to this person in all first world nations. Whether you're immigrants or not, too many of these are effing up too many of these. And it's getting to a bad, bad place. And in 10, 20 years, these people, young people who are seeing this and living it, being called racist while they're watching the actual racists who are doing it, who don't look like them, getting away with stuff or getting in their face or doing all the videos. They're tired. They're tired of it already. You are going to see a backlash. And it's not going to be pretty. And there could be all out, even in America, racial tensions like we have never seen in this country, let alone other countries, whether you're legal or not. So, yeah, we are facing some rough stuff here. But, yeah, I mean, the protests, I mean, this went on. I mean, I like the music. Assholes will put music on these things. And you never know if it's copyright. It takes 1/10 of a second. I mean, right there I could get... I get to complain, and a lot of times I get backed off. Actually, I've never lost a single copyright complaint. I talk plenty to prove my fair use, which Tim Pool bitches about lately. I could bitch about Tim Pool, too, if we wanted. I got some qualms with him again lately. Yeah, these are the people that Jay Washington sent a picture of. They were going around attacking all these immigrant housing areas, burning cars or buses into them. I mean, it's something. And you worry because the anger is so overflowing now, and the people have been ignored so long that now they're lashing out, and even illegal or not, illegally in the country or not, or they're against the wishes of the actual citizenry because the government does, screw you, we're doing it anyway. Trust me, we've heard that in America over the SAVE Act. Is people are now lashing out, and people who aren't violent immigrants may get caught in the crossfire, and even some citizens. That sucks. Yeah. Oh, he tends to call him a racist. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying. I want an Irish Ireland. How dare you? And I want to say something here. I want to ask a question. Why is it always just bad for white countries want to stay white? Nobody ever talks about white people are a minority in the world. So everybody bitching about minorities, I've been saying it forever. Tell them to go F themselves. White people are the actual minorities in the world. Go screw yourselves to minorities. Why is it white people can't have a single place? We gotta brown it up. Browning of America is good. The browning of the UK is good. The browning of this country is good. One, no it isn't, because look what it's done to these countries. Diversity is not a strength. Diversity, you gotta be able to agree on your culture, on how your society lives, what your values are. When you have all these different, nobody wants to agree on anything, all you have is fighting, is not cohesive. It's not strength. Unity is your strength, not diversity. I mean, imagine if the military said, everybody gets to say whatever they want, and we'll just potluck throw in while we're trying to fight a battle or something, and nobody's in charge, and we don't need a unity of thought or training or anything. Just do whatever you want, and we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, it's just crazy how nobody ever talks about, hey, the whitening of Africa is a good thing. Hey, the Middle East being whitened up is a good thing. No, it's just the few white countries. Gotta brown them up. That's a good thing. Why? Why? Just serious. Why? That's racist. Oh, good grief. I don't know what this is. See, I haven't watched all these guys, so I may have to suddenly mute quick. All right, let me catch up. I saw reports of Catholics traveling north to stand with the Protestants. Woof. Yeah, right there. That's crazy. I mean, when you get the Catholics and the Protestants over in Ireland to stand together, and you get all the people to start putting the flags together, seeing unity among the citizenry like you have not seen in, what, probably since World War II. All that time, you're seeing more unity now among the citizenry of all types since World War II. That means to the governments over there, you've done fucked up. You have screwed up. And sooner or later, you better wake up and start paying attention to them. You better start paying attention to your people. I'm not sure they're going to do it. I'm not sure they can do it. I think right now the governments over there are scared to death because they're scared about that. They have nowhere to go. I think if the citizenry removes those people from power, whether by vote or V for Vendetta, like the movie somehow, those people are scared the mobs are going to come for them, and they might. They might. If not the mobs, they may face real jail time over this stuff. Hanging your people out to dry, setting them up, and I'm not giving your police any leg to stand on. Hey, we got some police problems here in America. American Fork Police, Reckless Ben videos. American Fork and another police department are horrendous, and everyone should be fired and jailed. But you got police over there who will arrest a little girl for saying, you remind me of my gay aunt. You got to arrest a veteran in a wheelchair for making a post on Facebook. You'll let a Sikh guy carry around a sword because it's my culture, then you stay home. If UK citizens can't carry anything to protect themselves like a sword, but your immigrants can come and go, well, it's part of my lifestyle. It's like for a long time, people south of our border came up here and they would drink, drive, and get in trouble all the time. They were saying, well, it's part of our culture down there to drink and drive. Well, F you, stay back there then. There is no way non-citizens or newly minted citizens should come up there and be able to carry swords, knives, and weaponry when you can't. That is the government there. So let me see what this lady's saying. So I don't know. I have no idea. Curious. Hey, Rad, how's it going, buddy?
The Irish are taking Ireland back. I'm not even kidding. The North and the South are uniting against its government. If the government fails, the people will govern themselves. And that's exactly what's happening right now. They're gaslighting their own news sources who are basically saying that this is violent. They're like, no, it's not. It's peaceful. I don't think it's violent, mate. And that's the exact same thing that they told us during BLM riots. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was peaceful. Oh, it's like a summer of love. I think the Irish are about to be the first domino in the West to start something that the government will not be able to rein back.
I wonder if she's right about that. Will this spread? After Henry Novak and all the gang issues with little girls and women you've had in the rest of the UK, and little girls having to carry hatchets and knives to protect themselves and be harassed, all the police cover-ups, all the arrests for YouTube and Facebook posts, it's insane. Will this, I'm going to ask real quick, do you guys think this will spread to more of the UK, or do you think it's going to remain mostly Ireland? And do you think Ireland will sustain this? The Irish, if you know history, damn. When they get fired up sometimes, but will this spread? Will this say to the rest of the citizenry of the UK, we're done. We're done with this shit. We're done. I don't, and you know, for every one like this situation, we've already seen, since I've been doing this channel again, we've talked about, machete attacks, acid attacks, other type of car ramming attacks going on in the UK, mostly from these immigrants. Not all, but majority. All the R gangs going after women and little kids. All the threats. All the kowtowing. Where now all an immigrant do is say, well, they said bad words about me I don't like, and they arrest the citizen. Will this spread? So I'm going to ask real quick, will this spread? And we'll play more and I'll wait for your answers here. How you doing under there, Rad?
And I think the government doesn't realize just how far the people have been pushed.
I think she's wrong. They realize and they're scared shitless. They have nowhere to go. If they back off now, the citizenry want these government people removed, including Keir Starmer. They want them removed. They're scared. If they get removed, they're going to be roped or jailed. They have nowhere to go. Maybe the citizenry should, en masse, start marching with signs going, leave the country now and we'll let you go. Maybe give them an out.
Keir Starmer, that wanker in England, is calling for common peace, and he's basically saying that there's no reason to be acting like this. Okay, some dude tried to behead like an Irishman, and that Irishman was like hard of hearing and special needs and was actually helping migrants in that town. That's even worse. He's still in critical condition.
I didn't know that. So this guy was helping immigrants and he was special needs. Pinned him down and and this guy who was sawing the head off had been in trouble before for violent stuff and threatened other people earlier the same day. Nope. Can't do nothing about him. I'm going to say something that some people are going to say is racist. It's time for the traditionally white countries to be whitened up. This is done. And I'm not going against all of our African American citizenry here in America. Looks like a lot of you are of the type of people we should denaturalize and send back to another country where you feel more comfortable around, hey, if us white people are so bad and America's so bad or UK so bad, then why are you here? Go over there if it's so much greater and you love your people so much. I say that about anybody that considers themselves African American or African, UK and whatever. If you put Africa first, go there. Go there. You're either American or you're not. When people don't refer to themselves as American first or UK citizen first, British first, Irish first, F off home. F off home. And I say that because, once again, oh no, I'm going to say it. I have a couple black friends and not a single one of them calls themselves African American. They say American.
In the hospital. No one knows if he's going to make it. And that's not just one. And then Keir Starmer, that wanker, basically tells people that he's going to expedite jail sentences for anybody protesting. So you're telling me that...
Now keep in mind, Keir Starmer is on video. I don't have it here. But he's on video from years ago during the George Floyd stuff, talking about all the people are rightfully mad and should be doing protests and this and that. But now he's gone the other way. And there's other government officials who have been caught that same thing, playing videos from back in the day with George Floyd. It's rightful, all those fiery, mostly peaceful, which is crazy that people were going nuts in the UK or any other country for George Floyd. What All it shows is they just are looking for a reason. It doesn't even matter what the reason is. But yeah, Keir Starmer is a piece of shit who's now saying the opposite.
That you have the ability to actually, make things go faster in courts, but yet if a migrant rapes a local, they get, $200 in bail, and the court date is like 3 years away, where they're allowed to still stay and roam the streets and commit crimes. So anyway, I'm going to show you this news clip. All I see is peaceful protesters. I don't know about you guys.
Northern Ireland after the attack last night, allegedly by a Sudanese migrant. Now, about 1,000 people gathered on the Shankill Road, which is just in front of me, down the road about 300-400 metres, and community leaders called for peace. They asked people to come out, don't get themselves arrested. They said they learned from the troubles, and there was no point in young men being sent to prison. Those calls were met with angry and frustrated responses by people in the crowd. It was about 1,000 people. Before the crowd then marched up the street with a banner calling for an end to immigration. They went down a side street of a street just off of the Shankill Road, where doors were kicked in of suspected immigrants or migrants. Fireworks were thrown through, flares were thrown through.
Now this is kind of scary, because there may be some actual innocent, good people caught in the crossfire. But the anger has built so long, the government has ignored the people so long. This is what they've made. This is what they've built.
Windows were smashed, cars were smashed, cars were set on fire.
That's nuts.
I don't know, from my point of view, it looks peaceful, you guys. Go our...
If we go by the George Floyd and the Summer of Love and all the other riots from the left in America and abroad, that looks pretty mild to me. I have yet to see whole cities burned up like we saw, from the leftist protests before that were finally mostly peaceful.
Ireland, go. I think the whole world is standing with you right now because everyone's had enough.
She may be right. Yeah. Oof. I don't know. It's just nuts. Here's one of them. They're marching. Oof. When the government ignores the people, this is what happens. And I don't want to hear some leftard come on here and go, well, that's why we're rioting now in America, because the government has ignored us. No, we had a vote. You lost. In the UK, the people have been voting against this, and the government does it anyway. Not the same leftards. Not even close to the same. The people in the UK have openly spoken. You can march in mass of millions and they still go, we're going to do it anyway. Sorry, old red dwarf. Learned that watching Rimmer. Come on. They still will ignore it. It's not the same. We had a clear election. You said it was fair election, which now people are saying it wasn't. You lost, and you still riot, burn Teslas, shoot people, attack, and pull racist crap, and we're still dealing with that. Not the same. The government has ignored the people, done the opposite of the people, and this is what happens when you do that for so long. Jeez, Louise. It is insane from what I hear. Each immigrant is getting given more in money, food, housing, everything there is than your own veterans and citizens. We have that here in America. We have people on disability in America that don't get the disability income, food stamps, money, housing help, free phones, free internet, like our legal or illegal immigrants get given. How is that sustainable when you are spending insane amounts? My home state of Illinois spends $2.5 2.5 to $2.8 billion a year in a state that's beyond broke. In one of the top 3 states losing population, the highest tax state in America, the most corrupt state. Spend 2.5 to 2.7 billion, I believe it is, on illegal immigrants. Not legal, illegal immigrants every year. Hey, maybe some of that $2.5 billion could have been spent to keep the Chicago Bears. Oh, nope. Now they just want to raise more taxes. We are buried in taxes to pay for illegal immigrants here too. So we feel you guys. All right, let me stop for a second and check you guys. All right, rad. Sadly, the West's biggest weakness now has become our acceptance and tolerance of others. Yes, 100%. And you're right. And once again, when people say, like Tim Pool, go, this isn't about race. It is. Because then he turns around and totally goes against that. I swear he just has to polish that saddle on that fence sometimes. It is about race. The white Western nations have been the most welcoming to everyone. All races, creeds, colors, ages, nationalities, more than any other of the nations in the world. And they've had it. They've buried themselves. You let too many people in who do not agree with how you live, do not espouse the same belief systems, do not want to believe in the same laws, the same cultures. You decimate your country, and that's what's happened. The white nations have been too accepting. Feel free to call me a racist for it. You can let people in, but you can't just bury yourselves, and that's what's happened. They've been way too. So yeah, you're 100% right, Rad. The weakness is being too much acceptance and being too nice and too charitable. You see no brown country in the world has done as much. Let as many other of their own in, let alone white people in. I mean, holy crap. That goes right back to where we all talk about, the slaveries. Screw you. For my own country, I'm going to speak for my own country here, but slavery was going around for 7,000 to 10,000 years before America ever existed. Hell, it was going on before white people were around. So screw off. America had the short little stint, 100, 120 years of slavery America did out of the thousands of years of the Browns people slavery, and that's still going on? Shut up. I don't listen to anybody say they start bitching about slavery or reparations. I don't care. It's insanity. All right, sorry, Rad. I stomped on your comment a little bit there. But yeah, most countries are not. Yeah, that's the problem. Most brown countries are not. I've had friends in the military and other friends who just traveled the world. They say, shit, you want to go to racist countries? I'll steer you to some. And it ain't the Western nations. All right, Urbexy, lots of protests here over the Belfast situation. Yeah. Now, Urbexy, I know where you're at. But yeah, so it's spreading even to around you. Now, do you think, since you are there, do you think it's going to spread more in the UK? Or are, unfortunately, the people going to do their TikTok brain, be angry for a little bit and back off again? Unfortunately, that is one reason why nothing gets done. The people stand up, do a big march, a big rally, big fight back, and then they just, go back to normal. And that's why the government, unfortunately, isn't scared as they should be or taking people seriously. But a lot of us in America are looking, going, yeah, yes, we agree. Let's see here. For NI, that's a piece. Shank Hill Road is a notorious place. I take your word for it. I don't know. Is that what this is? Shank Hill Road? When they don't fix the problem, the community ends up overcorrecting. Yes, 100%. That's exactly what you're seeing right now. You're seeing, I'm not even sure, Rad, can we call it overcorrection at this point? I mean, this has been decades coming now. The people have been ad nauseum saying, no more, stop it, we don't want it. And the government says, too bad. Screw you. We don't care what you think. We're doing it anyway. We're doing it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. Screw you. I'm not sure. Is it overcorrecting? Or is this just a beginning of an actual proper correction? I'm going to slightly disagree with your ad. You might change your wording here in a second. But I'm going to say this is the beginning of a proper correction, not overcorrection. Can it get there? Yes. If innocent people start getting hurt, I don't mind them breaking out the housing because these people are tired of paying for it. But if innocent people start getting hurt, immigrants, I mean, we already got innocent citizens getting heads whacked off and little kids touched. But if innocent immigrants who haven't done anything are getting hurt, then there's an overcorrection. That's the problem. It's a rough thing, and decades of anger have started to overflow. I don't know if it's overcorrection yet. How's that? I want to make sure I don't ride Tim Pool's fence because, I mean, he needs it. Once again, I still agree with Tim Pool 60% of the time, but lately he's starting to really piss me off. His ad nauseum bitching about anybody who wants to be a social media personality or be on YouTubes and whatever else and just make a living, which is what he does. He did it, but hey, it's okay because he's better than the rest of us and he'll pull the ladder up now and just bitch about anybody else doing it. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Arr! Drives me nuts. Sorry. The problem is the left don't see a problem. Well, yeah, and Urbexy, that's not just in the UK. That's worldwide. The left is the enemy of the people in almost every country right now. I mean, we got the leftists here who still say we should have open borders. Ooh, 20 million people's not enough. When we have actually closer to 50 to 70 million illegals in this country. It is insane what it costs us. But then you tell these people, hey, you want them here, why don't you house them? Well, I don't know, not my house. I don't have space. Or you bring them near the rich people, you know, on the island. When Texas dumped a bunch on the island of rich folks, boom, National Guard there in 24 hours and got them out. Well, it's not that we don't love them, and we love them being here, but not in our yard. We got to send them to your yard. Yeah. And I think, personally, any leftist that wants any illegals here should have to house at least one full family of 6. And I don't care if you live in an 800 square foot apartment or a mansion. You should have to house them. Pay for them if you want them here. When the people in mass vote no. All right, I'll get the rest of your... But yeah, the left is a problem in most countries. It really is. The left, what we are fighting right now is a total worldwide right and left divide. So, and the left, unfortunately, aren't democratic socialists. They're outright communists. When even Bill Maher looks at Ma'am Danny and AOC and goes, they aren't socialists, they're outright communists. When Bill Maher's saying that, holy shit, you know they're communists. But socialist just has a slightly fuzzier term that a lot of kids in school are taught. Socialism's good, so they use that. Someday, you watch, they will just outright say communism is good. They're getting there. Protests lead to counter-protests. There's infighting. Well, I don't think that's really true. At least not here in America, because the left protests a lot more than the right does in America. Because a lot of times, and I'll be arrogant about this, the right-leaning people don't have the time to take off work because they're working to pay for the lefties. A lot of these leftards are getting paid to be there by certain groups. The right doesn't want to fight. But what's going to happen is just like in Ireland. You push the right in any country, especially in America. We've seen some flashback here now. You push the right enough, they go from, I just want to be left alone, to, that's it. You're done. We are good. It's over. We're done with it. That's what's going to happen. Whether it's race and or the violence and bullshit going on, destruction and attacks, sooner or later, the right does get angry. But so far, we don't have a lot of clashes here. Mostly because our right doesn't want to fight and the left don't want to fight with the right. Because I'll be generalized here. A lot of the lefties are soy beta boys who are just there to try to get on with the nose-ringed girls. The nose-ringed girls really don't want to do anything with them, but they still want to hate on the men who are manly men. I will put a crowd of 1,000 right-leaning people up against a crowd of 1,000 left any day, and I'm going to put my money every time on the right-leaning folks. The ones who don't say working out is racist and that 2 + 2 is 5. You know, that dude that's working out at the gym, who's a contractor, an auto mechanic, a plumber, put him up against any day against some guy who, I program and play on Instagram all day, you know, stuff like that. No, I will put up against his pasty butt any day if there's actual conflict. And who traditionally likes the bang bangs? The right. Yeah, some lefties are into them. It's mostly the other direction. So yeah, it's. Oof. I don't know about the infighting. I think, unfortunately, we're hitting a point where we need infighting. Being quiet, backing down will do nothing. You've tried voting. How many more votes can you be denied until you have to do something? That's the problem with this. You're at a point where you've tried doing it the way you're supposed to. It's what I say about here in America. Trump needs to tell these judges to go F themselves who are making illegal rulings. He needs to go arrest everybody in California involved in those elections right now. It's hinky, it stinks, it's bullshit. Everybody knows it's lying. And they go, well, but by law, he's not allowed. Abraham Lincoln is considered the second most popular and best president this country's ever had. He broke multiple constitutional, federal, and rights laws to save this country. Sooner or later, when somebody's breaking all the rules, punching you in the face, doing whatever, stealing your money, ignoring your vote, and just doing opposite and cheating, sooner or later, you must stand up and respond in kind. Trump should be arresting these people. It doesn't matter if people go, but the Constitution says that the states can do. No. When it affects the whole country, you must respond in kind. You can't just go, well, there's a regulation that says this, so we got to let the whole country go to shit. We got to let them win because of this line. Because our forefathers made a mistake and didn't see this level of corruption. They couldn't foresee that. As smart as they were, as well written as our document, even some of yours are, they didn't foresee every deep level of human corruption. And sooner or later, unfortunately, I have to disagree though, sooner or later, you can't just let somebody keep just punching you in the face, stealing from you, rigging elections. Sooner or later, you have to arrest them. You must use law and even sometimes not talking violence, but go outside of the law and say the law cannot be absolute or it's useless. A law must at times be flexible or ignored. I'll say it last time. I'll say it. When one side follows the rules ad nauseum every second, and he goes, well, we got it. And the other side says, screw the rules, screw the laws, screw decorum. We don't care. We will just do whatever it takes. You will lose unless you stomp it out. It's not a physical thing, YouTube. Stomp it out and end it. And that's where Trump is falling behind. He's not doing it. He needs to. He's being a weakling in this case. All right. I don't think they were overcorrection at this point. Okay, yeah. See, Brad, you did correct. Okay, I agree. I said that. I knew you'd probably correct that. So, yeah, I agree 100%. I don't think they're at overcorrection yet. I think if innocent, good immigrants start getting hurt, whether they're illegally or not, then we have a problem. I don't mind them destroying the housing. I really don't. I know it sounds bad, but these are the citizens paying for it in spite of the fact they don't even want to, and they voted not to. The government goes, well, we're going to take your money out of your pockets and do it anyway. Well, the NHS is having huge problems, and a lot of people in the UK are having problems just living and making ends meet too. They're going, hey, we got tons of money to just hand to these people. Insanity. Instead of going, hey, to the people of the UK, we're going to use money to help fund you, make your lives easier, and help push you having kids. Now, we'll just bring in people who don't even believe in our belief systems, who don't like us, who want you gone, who want to change the country. We'll decimate the country instead of trying to get you to have kids. We'll just bring in other people to fill up things. Insane. And housing in the UK is not There's not tons of it for people. There's a lot of people in the UK are talking about the price of housing and how scarce it is. So yeah, let's bring in millions more people to take it up. We have the same problem in America. All right. New York, WTFNI, what? I don't know what that means. Well, the protest I was at regarding Scottish independence, loads of Irish casuals turned up for battle. Ah! Well, that's crazy. By infighting, I mean people fighting people as opposed to the government. I agree with that, but you are at a point where sometimes you have to fight both. The citizens are being ignored so much. You're buried in people who, there's a video a couple days ago where some immigrants walked around in traffic after this kerfuffle started, walked down, were blocking people, screaming at them. Well, there were some citizens that had it and got out and, let's just say, removed them from the street. I think there's a two-pronged problem. You're going to have to go up against some of the immigrant group here now have told that they have more rights than you do, and the government protects them. So going up against the government is going up against these people too, because like in America, the left is the foot soldiers of the deep state and the big government. These people are the foot soldiers of your government. So it's going to be double-pronged. I just don't know how to do it without violence. Would I like to see it without violence? Yeah. Would I like you guys to vote your way out of it? Sure. I'm not sure you can. I don't know. All right, Urbexy, simple solution. If your governor are not doing what the people want, everyone should just stop paying. Dude, I wish. There have been people screech about that here in America too. I'm all for it. And I don't care if you're a lefty doing it because you're mad that you lost an election, or if you're a person center or right going, I'm tired of this BS. I just want to stop paying taxes, stop giving money to any war we don't care about, stop giving money to any immigrant group we don't care about, stop bringing H-1B visas in, stop blowing money to save another fish that nobody cares about and letting people hold their whole cities burn down. Stop rigging elections. I'm all for it. Problem is, most people won't do it. If you had, in America, if you took, let's say, 3 whole states of citizens, just stood up and said, nope, we're done, and actually did it, I think that would spread to so many other states. And I think in your country, the same thing. If you get some big areas of your country to do that, it would spread. But the problem is, you got to get that first areas to do it, and that's a problem. There's always going to be half of the people, the NPCs, the non-thinking retards, actually suddenly love the big government, who won't do it. And you got to have, once again, hey, look, unity is the strength. It's not diversity. Because as long as there's too much diversity of thought in this, nothing will get done. You can't pressure the government enough. You need a unity of thought and action. See, lefties, how I just proved it? A unity to get something done. All right. But yeah, paying taxes is a biggie. I'll blow up a couple of these. I mean, sorry, guys. I'm yammering away, but that's me. This is going into some of the immigrant housing. We already saw that one. Yeah. But now there's a lot of this, and it's children, the far right in Belfast are attacking homes that belong to black and brown people, including families. Now admit what Zara, admit who these people are. I'm not saying it's all right, but I'm saying admit who these people are. They are the immigrants that these people do not want there and do not want to pay for anymore. Why is it wrong for a citizenry of a country to be able to decide who comes into their country? Why is it only okay for brown and Asiatic countries to decide who comes in their country? But when white people do it, ooga booga bad. Crazy, huh? Once again, we are actually living in a worldwide racism crisis against white people. That's exactly what it is. Far right in Belfast hacking homes. Children are living in fear as they attack with bricks, sticks, and other objects. Oh, really? Hey, welcome to the party, pal. The citizens of the UK and even Latin America have been living in that same fear. But so welcome to the group. You have now joined. Hey, guess what? Now you're a citizen of that country because you're facing the same shit. Your kids and you are facing the same shit they're facing from people of your ilk. Where are the police? Keir Starmer and Shabana Mahmood. We feel unsafe. Are you kidding me? The lack of, oh my God. The lack of a thought process. Actually, no, she knows what she's saying. She doesn't give a shit. She's important, you are not. She cares about hers being safe. Screw the citizens of the country. Screw them. Screw the citizens. It's her people. Huh?
That's terrible. That's actually terrible.
I'm just saying. We feel unsafe. Welcome to the party. And the bad thing is, I would feel more for these immigrants if they had come out en masse, and spoke up about the gangs going around after women and children, about these attacks, these hatchet attacks, these machete attacks, the stabbings, the acid attacks, the driving cars over people, the threats, the trying to saw people's heads off. If they came out en masse, locked arms with the rest of the citizenry and said, this shit cannot happen, I'd feel for them more. But they don't, because they don't give a rat's ass. They are in most of these countries just to extract from the system, just like a lot of our immigrants come here. They don't want to join America, want to march with their flags, have their way of their language, their neighborhoods, make you do what they want. They don't give a rat's ass. So I don't feel so bad. We feel unsafe. Welcome to the party. You didn't give a rat's ass until it was on you. Citizens of a country who really are unified give a rat's ass about their neighbors. If somebody I don't even know 6 blocks away gets attacked, I feel for them as a part of my community. These people didn't feel for any of you because they don't think they're part of your community because they don't want to be. They want to be separate from you. They want you to pay for them, but they also want your government to protect them, but not you. So I don't feel for them. What? If you govern or not, telling what people want. Same as happening now. Being streamed live. Put it up where? Even the legal immigrants are fed up with this shit. Yes. I've seen people talk about that. Yeah. I don't know what's live. This isn't live. This is old. If you know someplace live, let me know. I will go hunt for it. So I'm still on. As you guys know, I've been trying to catch up to a live long stream. Nobody watches the long streams, really. I know that. They like the short little 30-minute, 40-minute streams or hour streams. But, I'm just here to talk. But, yeah, if you know of anything, let me know. I'll go look for it. Sky News. Are they on YouTube? Because I don't have Sky News set up on this computer. Hang on. All right, let me see here. Come on. Nope, I didn't want that. Switch account, dummy. I wanted that. Sorry. I'm being stupid. I don't want that either. Boom. Yeah, I don't think I can get Sky News Okay, they're not. I just didn't want studio, guy. Just take me home. I don't want studio. Just take me home. Sorry. Let me push the right button. Well, as soon as I figure out the right button, my God. I don't care. Holy crap. Well, I'll go to my channel first. Maybe that'll get me out of there. Sorry, I've never been stuck like this. There's always been a home. Now will it go? There we go. That should just take me home. Okay. Oh, here's some. Okay, here's some right here. Here we go. Now, if there's music or anything, I'm going to have to blink out, obviously. So this is one. Hang on. There.
Back this side, yeah?
Baker.
Yeah? Back this side, yeah?
Baker.
Mate,
sorry.
Instead of being there, yeah? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm getting it by that, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So yeah, this is live. Immigration protests. I like how your news media is so dishonest. They actually said, well, there was a stabbing. It's a reaction to a stabbing. Dude, gouged somebody's eyes out and tried to saw their head off.
You got soaked yet or not?
But that's a stabbing.
Yeah,
You know what? The house is fully alight. To be fair, the people are probably be glad to have an insurance claim.
I got one right here, Maxie.
It's an old derelict house. But
Are there any better ones? I mean, I can go back. Here. I'll just pull up, let that play in the background. I'll pull up another YouTube.
It's sound
Looks like I
now,
could
though,
just
guys,
use this,
right?
couldn't I?
Something landed on my head.
Is there sound? Is there sound?
Just landed on my head there, isn't it? Yeah.
Good.
Hang on.
Give Sky News a wave. Can you see me?
Oh,
when I
Sky
wave?
News Australia.
Hi, you assholes.
Wow, she's a feisty thing. You assholes. Oof.
You can see smoke and fires still.
Oh, this isn't
on the streets
live.
of Northern Ireland's capital. This follows the vicious
This is
stabbing
the
of
other
a man
night.
earlier by a Sudanese migrant who came
this is
to
the other
Northern
night.
Ireland in 2023 and was granted a 5-year...
Stabbing attack, guys. Yeah, this is Sky News from the other day. But look, stabbing attack. Dude, trying to saw somebody's head off with a knife is not a stabbing attack. They won't even just openly, broadly just tell you what happened. It was a stabbing attack. Some people go, gee, just a little stabbing? What's the problem? Sawing somebody's head off and stabbing attack is not the same thing. All right, I will back up and find something else here. I'll let this audio play then. Because this one is live.
Here comes the cannons.
Well, this is live. It says live.
Wankers.
Wankers? So this is supposedly live. Oh, there's no sound on it. Okay. Oh, they are shooting water cannons. Okay. Well, here's one. There's no sound. Unless I did something to the sound. But I got no sound on this. This one. It's live Belfast. And it's acting funny. It's not a very good feed. It's kind of a crap feed. Same thing happened to UK soldier decapitated. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. I think that was right after I started doing my channel again. We talked about that. Yeah. I will say this, and I don't want to belittle people, but I'm going to say in America, there'd be a slightly different reaction if people see somebody in the street being held down and getting their head sawed off. I'm sorry, the people on the scene there reacted horrendously. Dude, and people I know around here would have run and taken that dude out. Let alone smacking him with what looked like a soft paddle or something. Because that was not a shovel. Because if you hit somebody with a shovel, pong in the head, it's going to take them out. I don't know what they were hitting that guy with. It was like a wiffle ball bat. But yeah, this has no sound, and it's not me. It's they have no sound as far as I can tell. Sound's only on when they talk. Okay. All right. I will say this. Respect. We need to bring water cannons back in this country. God, that looks like a flamethrower when it's going through the lights. That's kind of cool. It's like, yeah, flame. We need to borrow about 10,000 of these trucks for our lefties here. Make water cannons great in America. It is sad that the water cannons aren't used against, except your citizenry over there. That chick stabbed in the New York Underground. Oh, yeah. Well, we had the immigrants in, what was it, Philadelphia, that did the SA, if you know what I'm saying, on a subway or on a train in front of a bunch of other people. Nobody jumped in to stop it because they're afraid to. Because look what happened to the guy in New York. He jumps in and saves people, and he's the one that got prosecuted. Insane. So people are scared to stand up. I do think it's amazing how the government in the UK, and yes, in America to a point, Trump and his people are not all powerful. But even our government here will put insane amounts of money into immigrants, legal and illegal, more than they'll put into their own citizenry. Insanity. Thanks for tuning in. Stream ended 23 seconds ago. Well, that's weird. Well, that's weird. That's the wrap. That's not a video. Wow, that was short. Brandon Barrow, that's one I was already on. I'll leave this up in case they come back. Wow, they're not even putting a lot of it out here. The Mirror, that's live. Trying to see if they're showing anything. I think the chopper's going for fuel, yeah. Because here's the chopper right here I'm looking at on this feed, and he's definitely flying away from the area. So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because everywhere, everybody's showing the same chopper scene. He's going away. Yep, this guy's talking about it. Ickadmel. What? I don't know what his channel is. Yeah, everybody's showing the same thing. So, wow, even not a lot of coverage. If I probably went to Twitch or something, I could probably find more streams. There's probably private people streaming. I just haven't gone to Twitch. It's not live. Times Now World always lies. They show stuff that's not usually live to draw people in for Click Factory. So I don't think that's live. Yeah, maybe I'll go look at Twitch. But then we can always talk about California if you want to. Actually, you're going to start talking about it now. What do you guys think? Think California was a cheated election? Elections? I do. The math don't math. The math does not math. All right, let me see here. That's me. Don't care about me. Who wants to talk to me? So I'm going to go and I'm going to close some of these anyway if I open too many windows. There's that one. I'll leave that. Close that. Well, there's one from the other day. That's one from the other day, but yeah. It's a lot of people. Yeah, they really like to be silent, don't they? Of course, my sound cut out because there's no incoming. Yeah, that's just the other day. All right, so I will go here, go to Twitch. Do I have Twitch down here? No. I think I still remember my sign in. I don't know. Find out, won't we? I don't remember my sign in. All right. Well, here's one Maybe doing some of it. Oh, Agenda Free is on. I could have checked him. That was stupid. Yeah, Agenda Free is on, and this guy, don't know him. I'll just type in Belfast, see what all comes up. Wow. Wow, that doesn't even bring it up. Oh, Zach. He's on. Asmongold is on. Of course he is. Nothing wrong. Man, he works. Yeah, because Agenda Free showing the same helicopter flying away shots. So how about I just go back one? Because there was one there talking about it. Looked like he maybe had some other stuff. No, go back. Oh, I don't have to do that way. I do. Go back one. Yeah, there. This guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jackass. Jackass. Dude. All right, I'll wait for this ad. We'll see. We'll wait. Other than that, what do you guys think? California, was it cheated or not? The math don't math out. Nithya Raman came out and did a concession speech. I don't know how she can still be in it. She did a goddamn concession speech. She was crying. She knew she lost. She was not in on the fix, but she's not honest enough to admit it and now go, oh, I didn't win this. She's a lying T-Watt.
Thank you very much, Portland Andy. Thank you very much, Portland Andy. These are all great people.
Oh, it's Portland Andy. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff like this. So this is live, I believe. Yeah, Northern Ireland, Belfast. Yep, there's the, yeah, you can tell by the vehicles, but yeah. But Nithya Raman, she wasn't the cheater, but she's definitely going to take advantage of it, and she's a piece of shit not to come out and say something against it.
Thank you, Tim.
If she had any type of honesty in her, she'd come out and go, nope, 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 this is BS.
Fucking moron.
Because not only does the math not add up, or suddenly votes just started coming in for her, but most of the vote numbers fell off for Bass at the same time. So they did the count. They knew what they needed to get Raman and the other guy over Hilton, Becerra and everything. So those votes just suddenly appeared. And it was enough to do it. And Raman, she didn't do it, but she's a piece of shit for taking it. And she did a concession speech. How can she even be in there? She was crying. Oh, we tried. I lost. I'm sorry. But yeah. Pieces of crap. And don't give me this, oh, just the late votes. That's the way it worked. No. No. Especially the mayor's thing. Dude, that is not as big as a whole state. You would see a certain percentage coming in for Bass pretty steadily throughout with Raman and with Spencer Pratt. But no, suddenly, when Spencer was ahead of Nithya Raman by a good ways, suddenly the votes fell way off for Bass as they shot up for Raman. They knew she had it, so they threw everything their found ballots. I'm going to say, in my opinion, they knew what they needed to print, and they printed them out, and there you go. In a state where you can sign with a smiley face, look it up. You can sign with a smiley face, and then somebody can just sign that they saw you, put the smiley face on it, and though that signature doesn't need to be verified. Just that there is a signature with the smiley goes, oh, it's good. That is insane. I don't look like you're showing too much, but yeah. So come at me, lefties, including Krasenstein's. Tell me how you can sign with a smiley face and then an unreadable signature that's unverified. Just go, yep, I saw smiley face person sign this ballot. It's good. I hope the Supreme Court rules soon that no more of this voting by mail bullshit. We used to do it without it.
There we go.
The very fact that we voted in this country on election day forever, and then suddenly Democrats found a cheat. And now they act like, oh my God, the end of democracy if we do it just a day. Like before. No, we need election month. Yeah, because then you count up the Republican votes and go, oh, here's what we'll find. And all the cheating stuff they found in California. Paying homeless people to sign ballots, not even in their own name. Just making up names. All it takes is a witness. Doesn't matter if it's even real. That is insane. James O'Keefe busted that out. We'll talk about that last before we leave.
No, it's a derelict house, literally.
Oh, he's from Al Jazeera.
Down anyway.
I don't see a lot going on. Here's some fire. That's the key. That's the car. All right. All right.
Whoa.
I know there's barely anybody here, but no, it actually stopped. Come on, you can do it. Bring my chat back. What the hell? Where's my chat? There it comes. Wow.
Wilford Brimley, what up?
All right. God, it's been a while since I've been on Twitch.
There is no Screen 3.
Yeah, no, I am.
They're all Belfast except for the one that says Scotland.
Yeah, there are, Bexy. One's in Scotland right by you. Yeah, it says Scotland up here.
Oh, fuck.
So, yeah, there's one there. Urbexy's in Scotland. It's not giving away where. It's a whole country, so go look finding him. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's Scotland. He said there's some stuff going on.
She's not supposed to have a camera, dude.
Yeah, he said there's stuff going on in Scotland, so there it goes.
That'd be fucked up.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Dave Watterson.
1 sec, guys.
I'll load that up over here.
Snitch, bro.
Thank you.
Dab time, let's do it.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. So left is Scotland.
No, you tell me.
And the other two are Ireland. I don't know. It unfortunately is, and I gotta kind of take a crap here a little bit on the police in the UK. I'm sorry. We have some police problems in America. If you've seen any of the Reckless Ben videos, the American Fork Police and what is it, some of the Utah police should just all be investigated by the DOJ, fired, removed, and already facing federal prison time.
Thing is number 2.
But the police in the UK, I'm sorry, the police, I'll turn it down. The police in the UK are en masse. I'd say probably 75% of them are as bad as the American Fork Police Department. And I have to ask, where is Kash Patel? Where is the DOJ? Where is anybody? Yeah, Reckless Ben made trying to make a video trying to help somebody over Legos and uncovered insane corruption in this company and the police departments. And the fact that he's still facing prosecution is insane. It's about one of the people at the Anthony courthouse. What? Ooh. Oh yeah. I played him a little bit ago. I don't know if you were here. I was playing him yelling about the only good cracker is a deceased cracker. Yeah, I played him. Yeah, I don't know if that's the same video, but yeah, I played him. I can always mute my mic and play that, but it looks a lot like it. Yeah, if that's the one, he was yelling about the only good cracker is a deceased cracker. Oh, read who he is. Oh, no. Who he is. Oh, I got to sign in over here. All right, I'm going to keep that. Okay, right there. I'll sign in later. Okay. So I don't think I have the sign up on here. No, I'm on the wrong browser for my sign in, and I forgot what it was. Okay, so now that's Scotland over there. Okay. All right, I'll look up who he is. I don't.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think I have my sign in on this though. Well, just a second. I'm gonna do something real quick. I know it's not very efficient, which I am nothing if not inefficient, guys. So give me a sec here. That'll put me up here. I'm gonna go here, here, and Jay Watterson put it. It's crazy the studio doesn't keep up when you're not just on it as it used to. Here, I'll open the link. Okay. Then I can go look who he is real quick. Jacob Blake's dad. Oh my gods. That's Jacob Blake's dad. That jackass. Yeah, the scholar that got shot while officers arresting him for third-degree SA, criminal trespass, domestic abuse. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now that makes sense, dude. Holy crap. Yeah. It does give more context. You're right.
Don't leave us.
That tub, oh, man. All right, let me. No, wrong button, dummy. There, oops, too much. Why it does that? There we go. So this jackhole. All right, let me catch this up. Sorry, I got a problem with my screen here. So this guy right here, Jay Watterson posted, this guy we were talking about earlier is yelling, only good cracker is a not living cracker, is Jacob Blake's dad. Son of a... Thing is, it doesn't excuse him. It also doesn't excuse any of the other people around saying, I'm wearing shirts, I stand with Karmelo. So then you are a racist who stand with a person who murdered a white high schooler. That is what this guy right here on the left is saying. No idea who he is? That's what his shirt says. I'm a racist. I hate white people. Don't care. Black guy killed white guy. Black guy should be able to walk free. But for this guy, wow. Wow. First we saw the apple, and here's the tree that apple fell from. No wonder Jacob Blake was the person he was. God dang. God dang. That is nuts. That is nuts. Sorry, my sound there is coming back. Says I can't tell how loud it is.
Sorry guys, sorry about the bad filming.
Is that not loud enough? Dude, thank you, Jay Watterson. That definitely gave some context. Ooh, I have an antivirus pop-up. No. That gives a lot of context. Holy crap. Let's see. I've been on for 1 hour and 58 minutes. Okay. And once again, I'm not whining. I know I haven't been on much, so the algorithm hates me, which we already know. Oops. We already know they've already admitted they're blocking me anyway a lot of times. But it does drive me nuts when I stream at the times people ask me to and nobody shows up. That's okay. Gives me something to do. It's a rainy day. We had storms go through, and I actually had time for once. So it's nice to be able to sit down and do this. And boy, my internet's worked pretty good, hasn't it, guys? So thank you very much to my new ISP so far. Don't want to tout them too much yet, but I'll talk about their pink butts here soon if this keeps working like this. I mean, yeah, your VPN will slow down your speeds, but I turned my speeds off, my VPN off, and ran my speed test. I'm running 960 something upload, 960 something download. Wow. So much better than my last ISP. And less than half the price. Why is that being me? Opera browser. I don't want Opera browser. Get off my screen. It's weird I'm getting pop-ups on my other computer suddenly all at once. Jeez Louise. Alright, so, wow. And I've... get off. Alright, so... My dogs are probably have to go to the bathroom here in a second. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to put the Portland stuff on. get it playing. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to mute. I'll get through the ad, then I'll go upstairs and let my dogs out real quick. And if you guys want... Oh, my Lord. Sorry, my other computer is having a nightmare because a pop-up and I accidentally hit something wrong. And now it's trying to give me something and I don't want it. I don't want this on here. No, no, no. I don't even want it at all. Get off my screen. I'm going to close that. Close. Sorry, I hit some pop-up with Opera came up on my other computer, and now it's booted it. Oh, you're kidding me. Come on. There it goes. Came back. Screw you, Microsoft. All right. It's not just because... Wow. What the heck happened here? I didn't stop the ad. Uh-oh. Ad blocked. Oh. That's interesting. It blocked my ad? Well, it's not my ad even. There, I'll just re-up. There. All right, guys. I'm gonna go let my dogs out. I'll be right back. Let me know if there's enough people here you want to stick on this for a while. Here. Let me know if there's enough people here if you want to stick with this for a while. Or if you want to talk about California, or even go talk about... I haven't seen the movie, but the reactions to He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I do know enough about the movie. I can definitely do some talking about it, but let me know. I will do another half hour, 45 minutes, if there's enough interest in it. Other than that, I will be right back. I'm going to go let my dogs out to use the bathroom. So, right back.
400.
Pause it.
And I said, thank you. Yes, yoga. Yeah, he's still in Belfast, mate. Him and Struggle of the Streets. They didn't go together, but they met each other just before they got on a plane. Yeah, Big T did his out and about. I've got some nice stickers here for him as well. If they do, if there's women involved and not just men, then I might be involved, but I don't know. A lot of them don't really swing that way, do they? There's a dog's there on the ground. See, it's just there near the lights at the back. Yes, Lord, are you alright? Give me 2 minutes now, I'll put me in a box in a minute, yeah? Thanks, Naya. Poor dog. Poor guy, I don't know, he might come down later. I've not seen him, thanks, you know. Oh, is it Enna or Reno?
Hey, Gemma.
It's the coat.
Hi, Gemma. Here, Gemma dog.
Thank you.
Sorry, donkey.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
That's right, Cheshire. That's right.
All right.
The human rights man, oh, where he is.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Doggies had to go out. Looks like we got more rain coming, too. Dude, I am digging this new internet, though. I mean, so far it hasn't twitched. I was worried I didn't have any more excuses. If it did twitch, it'd be my computer now.
The other guy comes back from Belfast. Let me see if it ended or
ooh, good radar. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's already by us, where I'm at. I'm the blue dot. But yeah, isn't that sexy? Woo! I don't know if you can see it or not.
Super chatted
So yeah.
$26.68.
I already follow Portland Andy.
Thought
I did.
I am very good, my
Huh.
I hope
That's
you're
weird.
well.
So yeah, we got more rain coming.
I'm doing good.
Oh,
Just wish I would've gotten
it's
this
out a
thing
ways. I don't
over
know if you guys
there.
can see it or not, but the blue dot is about to get nailed again, I think. Yeah, my reading glasses. I don't need them, but I use it because it's
Miss
easier.
all the action from earlier.
Ooh, out by Des Moines.
Good, Motley.
I'm the blue dot.
No, they just pick everyone.
I don't know which way makes this better for you guys to see, but I'm the blue dot.
It's getting raw.
And I think I'm about to get dotted. Oh my, that is red.
I get it.
Woo!
I like that.
All right, I don't know how many people here. Let me even look. What, 2? 4? Woo! All right, I don't know if anybody's interested. We can talk about California. I don't see a lot going on here. I'll go check any of the other channels we were looking at for some of the stuff going on over in Belfast. See what he's talking. We already saw her.
There's a snot spawn on the beach just a couple months or sales away. Snot spawn.
Don't show a lot going on. That's already been done. See if they're going to redo anything. Is that fresh? Is that live? No, that's old. Okay. That's old. Let's see. Is there anything new? You know, I don't really care how many viewers. It's just, if I got something else to do, I could go and work on a pressure washer I got to fix. Stuff like that. I don't see a lot going on right now. We already saw that. So yeah, I don't see a lot going on, guys. But we can always talk about California a little bit. Actually, let's do that. All right. Little bit here. California is not cheating in this election. Trump supporters are too ignorant to understand how vote counting works. I explained it all for you ignoramuses. Okay. 1, he's a lying jackass. Here, let's go through this. I'll play some of it, but he's a lying jackass.
Democrats and MAGA are now claiming that California is cheating.
Sorry, I always forget that that's his actual voice. Dude, my voice, for those of you who don't know, I used to sing in show choir. Anybody used to watch my Exploring with CF video live streams knows I used to be able to do voices. And some really good ones, including the movie guy voice. Now I can't. Over the years, the damage from my lung condition in my throat and trying to breathe and talk and everything else has damaged my vocal cords, so now I sound absolutely horrendous. My mom actually has some old video and audio tapes of me in choir. I was a full, regular, deep, baritone, almost bass voice. I mean, I wasn't the Oak Ridge Boys, bop, mow, mow guy, but I was a lot deeper, not this, I'm the male version of Lois Griffin. But this guy, whoo, he makes my voice sound that big.
Cheating in the governor primary. They're either really stupid or they have bad intentions.
You're a liar.
For those of you who are stupid, let me explain 3 reasons why usually votes by Democrats are counted later. Number 1, big Democratic counties usually have more people, therefore they take longer to count the votes.
All right, once again, right there, he's already screwed. The Los Angeles mayoral election. There aren't counties everywhere involved. This is the city of Los Angeles. This isn't a statewide. His stuff already doesn't hold up there. Nithya Raman, as her vote tally went through the roof and jumped up, the numbers jumped up, Karen Bass's dropped. That is insane. They were finding ballots for her, and they'd already had Karen Bass over. They knew she was there. So suddenly, her votes dropped off while hers shot up. After the woman cried and conceded. So if Nithya Raman had any bit of honor, she would come out and go, yeah, okay, this stinks. So already, this jackass is wrong. He's lying. Maybe for the governor race, but that does not explain Los Angeles mayoral race.
Los Angeles County is one of them. Number 2, votes are usually counted in the order they're received. Democrats usually vote later because they're working during the day.
Did he actually say that? Democrats vote later because they're working during the day? Republicans don't work? Oh, shut up. The stats show us the exact opposite. Shut up.
Whereas more Republicans are retired and they vote earlier in the day. And
It's not true, since more people identify as right-leaning or Republican now than they do Democrat. And they're not old. The MSNBC crowd, CNN crowd, are the Democrats, and they are the old folks watching those. Even Fox News' demographic and Newsmax are both younger demographics than CNN and MS Now. He is a liar, and he knows he's lying.
Mail-in ballots usually are counted at the end.
Then why? Why are Nithya Raman's shooting up at the exact time Karen Bass's goes off? About the same amounts. And how is it that Nithya Raman, after crying, because she knew she lost, she knew it, she conceded, how is it now suddenly she's still in it and the right amount of votes popped up? The right amount. She needed, what was it, 43,000 to end up with 46 suddenly. Bullshit. Bullshit. He knows, he doesn't care, he's dishonest, and he's lying. 100%.
More Democrats usually vote by mail?
Yeah, because they cheat. And they've already seen James O'Keefe's video, which I might pull up here in a second, because now he's got me pissed off again. Showed that they are paying homeless people to sign any name on ballots. And they got people there who will say, I witnessed this, even if it's signed with a smiley face, and it gets passed. That is nutso. That is illegal, paying for people to sign ballots. And they're doing it. He's a lying jackass, and he knows it, and that's my opinion.
Because Donald Trump pretends that voting by mail is fraudulent?
It is. How come all the other countries you guys idolize and don't call them racist have voter ID and do not allow mail-in voting? Because they know it's fraudulent. Why aren't you calling all these other first world nations fraudulent elections then? But no, it's only fraudulent and racist if America does it. Which means he knows that if we have actual voter ID laws and stop the mail-in voting, go back to the way we always did it, Democrats are fucked.
And only his supporters who are Republicans believe his shit.
No. Most of America does. They know what's going on. Like this one. Explain this. June 3rd, 10 a.m. 57.5% of expected votes in. Estimated remaining 3.6 million. Okay. June 4th, 1 a.m. 55% in. And 4 million remaining. Wait a minute. How'd the amount remaining keep going up? Because they are printing the ballots. Oh, I'm sorry. Finding the ballots. That is 100% finding ballots. Oopsie. The percentage and numbers are changing. They know how many ballots went out. The state knows. So these numbers down here shouldn't be changing. If they sent out 4 million, they know, and that number would be down here. These numbers wouldn't be changing like that. Oh, oopsie. Something stinks. And they're going to wait. They're going to keep voting. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep counting until Tom Steyer overtakes Hilton, too. It's going to be Becerra's already above him, and now they're going to get Steyer above him. They're going to make sure they X out the Republican. Remember, Newsom himself said, well, we aren't going to let this. No way we're going to let a Republican win. We have some things we can do. We can, the break the glass emergency moments. They broke the glass. They are lying. Oh, Krasenstein, AI. Fuck you, it is not. That was reported clear as a bell. Replies. Oh, I want to see the replies on this. Grok fact check this retard. Yeah. California primary vote counting delays are normal. Uh-huh. It is cheating. The fact you delay them, you wait till you see the Republican gets, and then you suddenly find the right amount of votes. It's always the right amount of votes. It's always the right amount of votes. The math doesn't math. Nithya Raman's going up while Bass falls off because after they already got her across the line does not math. There was a 29,000 It was only one ballot dump. A 29,000 ballot dump that came in with not a single one for Pratt. The math of this is impossible. So, yeah, he's such a jack. Let's see here. I want to go back to that here. Where is it? There's something I was looking for and I forgot what it was. I don't think I got it here, but so yeah, it's a load of cripe. Yeah, Rahman got the majority of votes on the mail-in ballots. Way out of statistical probability. Yes. Yeah, there was I forgot the name of the guy. I've got his book too, The Principles of Self-Defense. Oh, come on. But he was on Timcast. He's talking about the math is impossible here. Yeah. The pressure washer, I crap you not, it's a pressure washer somebody put out in the alley. My neighbors did. It's a very nice Briggs & Stratton 2900 PSI pressure washer. It's got all the nozzles. Had a bad recoiler. I bought a recoil for it for $17 off Amazon. Well, $20 with tax or whatever. And I pulled the carb off and cleaned it, but I got a couple O-rings out of it to fix, which I have. And I'll stop the leaks, but it runs great. Pulls first start, boom. I'm going to try to sell it. So I ain't got much to do. I just want to finish it up. But yeah, the fact, if Rahman had got just her votes had gone up, nobody would have thought it. Well, people would have thought something's up. Because when it goes from this to whammo, after she was crying, and I'm not going to stop reiterating it, she was crying. She conceded, she lost. And now how is she still in it? If Donald Trump or any Republican come out and cried like that and conceded, Brian Krasenstein would be the first one out there screaming, you can't be in it. You're already done. No. But once again, he proves how dishonest a piece of shite, my opinion, he is. But yeah, it's a pressure washer or something easy. But yeah, if Rahman's had gone up that much, people already been like stink-eyeing. Because this is the mayoral race. You aren't going to see the big monster diversity and sudden poofs up and downs like you will in the state, where you have huge bunches of areas of Democrat and Republican and mix. LA is a different critter. It's a much more compact, closer area with neighborhoods that are intertwined. The sudden whammo looks like 2020 election all over again. And at the same time she's going up, Bass goes woof. They got her across the line. And it also shows that probably some of Bass's were fake. But they made sure to wangle her way up, and then they could back off and stop finding ballots for Bass, but find some for Rahman. So yeah, it's insanity. The post who said explain this would be better if they linked to the page rather than post it. Yeah, I know, Rebecca. It's true, but the math doesn't math. And once again, I'll say, this jackass, the first one I heard screaming, if let's say Steve Hilton or Pratt had come out and conceded right away, it was crying, and suddenly the ballots shot up for them and down for the other candidate in the same party. He'd be the first one screeching and screaming. But right now, I'm so stupid, you maggots. Oh, shut up. I hate that two-faced crap. I cannot stand two-faced shit. If I'm two-faced sometimes, dude, I try not to ever be two-faced. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I say something or change my mind, I'll tell you. But I'm not going to pull this and be dishonest for one party or group over another. I don't care who these people are. The math doesn't add up. The fact that one person was crying and conceded and everything totally switched again is 2020 all over again. So, yeah. It's insane. California, a state that made it illegal to have voter ID, illegal to ask about ID, who has blocked out any type of anybody auditing their elections, and who has voting month. The Supreme Court is getting ready to rule on all this mail-in balloting shit. And if this goes the way the law should, because our Congress is codified into law, we have election day. All this mail-in balloting and all this late shit, this week's accounting, is illegal. It is 100% illegal in our laws. You are supposed to have your election one day and count the ballots. Done like we always did. No more mysterious stoppages, mysterious 5 days later ballots appear. If our SCOTUS rules right, the Democrats are fucked. And they know it. That's why they had to have this one. Because they got to get this one in before SCOTUS rules. If they had had a fair election here and lost, they never would be able to do this again. Because SCOTUS is already set to rule on this coming up. And if they actually follow the law, Democrats are in big trouble. They won't be able to pad the votes, find votes 4 days later. They won't be able to look at what the Republicans did and go, okay, we need this many votes. You won't see Karen Bass dropping like a rock while Nithya Raman suddenly goes way up. The math will have to math, and they know it. So, yeah. So, that is going on with this coming up with Supreme Court. I'm just going to check over here. I don't see a lot going on. So, yeah, there's not a lot going on with the math here. Oh, sorry, back. He said something here, what he said. Oh, he was whining about it. I said, he's like, he said something about, it's crazy how these people can't accept an election. And I was like, says a guy whose party lost the election, and ever since they have been rioting and assaulting people. So I called him, an idiot sandwich. He's such a jacknut. So, yep. All right, let's see here. Is there anything else? I don't think so. See what's going on. I love this dumbass. Mary L. Trump. For those who were so concerned about inflation in the run-up to the 2024 election, the inflation rate was 2.9 for Biden's last year in office. Funny how they only brought down inflation, and it wasn't the whole last year. It was just like the last 5-6 months he was in office, because they knew they were in trouble, and suddenly they could bring down the inflation when it hit them in the damn votes. But Donald Trump White House charge, the inflation has hit 4.2. Yeah, and that's bad. But she's also going to ignore that throughout Biden's presidency, the inflation rate was at times 12 to 14%. And they only lowered it during the election. Weird. If you've ever seen you want to see a dumb mother effer? Look this guy up. Robert Reich. Robert, I'm a Third Reich guy. So, yeah. So, yep. Oh, this guy right here. Here's the one I was looking for earlier. The fake video. This is real. So, when people say CHIMPING out, this is what they mean. Imagine if this is reversed. Reverse this to a white guy, a much bigger, younger white guy, in a old, shorter black guy's face. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know if there's music on this for hang on. Hang on. There we go. I gotta get this.
I'm dancing. You ain't gonna do shit. I'm dancing.
By the way, if he's doing that and spits in that guy's face, that's assault. And as somebody with a immune system issue, you spit in my face, that is actually deadly assault to somebody like me. That is deadly. So, that right there, you spit in a black guy's face, he'd already punched you. This guy is controlled. Yeah, he's real brave. I also love the bravery. Here we go again with, we're going to act like feral children. Feral, uncontrolled children who need to go back to the third world. Yeah, you're a big, brave, ballsy badass who outweighs this guy by probably 80, 90 pounds. And he's probably 30 years older than you, I'll say. I'll say he's easily in his 60s. I'll say you're in your 30s. Yeah, you got some ballsy balls. You're so brave. You extremely brave looking man. Bouncing around. Oh, look at me. He feels ballsy there. He feels, I will show you. I am badass. Yeah. Right. You won't do that to somebody of that color that's the same age and height as you are and as built as you are. Nope. Go after the old folks where it's easy. And this guy definitely got some. He's got poise.
I'm dancing. You ain't gonna do shit. I'm dancing.
And look at the retard behind him. This is funny, yeah. Once again, it's not all of them, but there's a huge amount of them that think this is the way to act. This is funny. This is cool. We're getting one over on you. Yeah, neato. You got to be careful. If you're not, you're stupid. Math says be careful.
I'm dancing. You ain't gonna do shit. I'm dancing.
Look at these idiots. This is a racist. This guy back here is a racist. This person with the camera is a racist. The smiling jackass is back here. They're racists. Reverse this. You'd have at least 1 or 2 cities burning right now if you reverse this. What is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? I mean, seriously, what is wrong with you? And I'm giving this guy insane credit. He's good. Right there. If that guy's spit got on me, I might have done something untoward. Because that is assault. And for somebody like me especially, it is illegal in the law to spit on somebody. Spit on a cop, you get charged. I would like to see police follow that a little more for us citizens. When some leftard wants to be spitting on you, the cops should grab them, throw them in cuffs, just like they would if the guy spit on them. It's illegal for all or none. So yeah, that guy though, this guy on the right, dude, he's epic. Even the dude behind him here, god dang, pop up on my other computer, I gotta look at that. Even this retard behind him in the pink, this guy's got a pair. He's got a pair. He probably figured, I've lived long enough. One of these retards is going to do it. I'll be the martyr. I don't know. But man, this guy thinks he's actually doing something cool. What is wrong with your brain that you think this is me being a badass? I'm showing him. Yeah, you look real badass doing that to a much smaller, older man. Ah, the balls. All right, we're just going to look at a few things. Ooh, this could be good. All right, this might be the last thing we do, then we're going to be out of here, guys. All right, I have not seen this, so I don't know.
So Karmelo Anthony gets found guilty of ending the life of Austin Metcalf. And people out there, full-grown human adults, are actually upset because they were supporting him because the color of his skin matched theirs. And they expect that people like myself will also take up for him. I'll be the first to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. I will never stand with those kinds of people, and neither should you.
Listen to, and you can already tell the difference. That's why I don't say everybody. That's why I say there's good 25, 35% of them ain't like that. Listen to the way he speaks. Look at the neighborhood he's in. This is a man who's worked hard. I'm going to bet probably was in the military, if not still is. Maybe a police officer. He doesn't act ghetto, don't speak ghetto, and I'll bet his kids will never be ghetto. This is an American who wants to be American. In fact, I'll bet he'd rather call himself black than African American. In fact, I'm betting he doesn't like that. I know I don't know the guy and I'm just guessing. But listen to the differences right away. Man, that is just an average human right there.
See, all the BLM or this or that or diversity buzzwords, so on and so forth, it was never about that. It was always about black supremacy. You know it and I know it. Like, we're at a point now where individuals will literally crowdfund for someone who ended the life of someone else who honestly had no business bringing a knife to a track meet in the first place, but I digress. But this is the world we live in, and this kind of anger, this kind of vitriol can truly only come from this.
I'm going to push back a little on that. I don't like when people say, shouldn't bring a knife. In a lot of our country, you are allowed to carry a knife whether it's for utility or protection or whatever else. Hell, I carry one a lot. Sometimes I have one in my pocket and one in my backpack if I've got my backpack with me. So I don't like that thought. It's the knowing when is the proper time to use them, when is not, to have self-control, to not act like a feral piece of shite. So I got to push back just a little on the weapon thing. I don't mind somebody having a weapon.
Vitriol can truly only come from this deep-seated hatred of white people. That really is what it boils down to. And the fact that people are upset that we got the accurate verdict handed down goes to show just how many people out there really do think that black people should be allowed to play by a different set of rules. And I will not stand with those kinds of people. There's plenty of people out there.
You notice I was right? You notice when he said black people? He didn't say African American.
Who are tired of seeing the way that many in the black community have been allowed to act for so long, and they're getting tired of it with very, very good reason. I myself am one of them. So I am happy that we actually were able to get a guilty verdict, and I'm hopeful now that the sentencing portion will actually give him a punishment worthy of that crime. Those are my thoughts. Hopefully you agree. If you do, let me know in the comment section down below.
That's a man who could have been on the jury. Too bad that, unfortunately, and he may disagree with me. I'm going to say, unfortunately, he's the minority of black people in America right now. The polling about reparations kind of proves that. I bet he doesn't vote that way. Once again, I'm guessing. But damn. Definitely.
Karmelo Anthony gets found guilty of ending up.
Damn right. Let me just repost that, but dang, that's good. Democrats looking for evidence of election fraud. I ain't no kidding. Woo! What the hell is that all about? I don't know what's going on with Maine, but okay. Oh, is that because of, what's his name? The guy with the Totenkopf on his chest. It's funny. Yeah. That'll be the last thing we'll talk about here. Hang on. All right. If you've made it this far, thank you, whether you're watching afterwards or not. Wow. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. All right. Last thing we're going to talk about a little bit is that Democrats have no problem automatically screeching, calling Trump supporters and anybody they disagree with Nazis. But then they turn around and have no problem voting for a guy who is supposedly a history buff and has had a Totenkopf, a Nazi concentration camp tattoo on his chest for 20 years. And they go, well, we're going to vote for him. I don't ever want to hear another Democrat talk about, you're a Nazi and, oh, you're better than Hitler. You're a 1940s German. Screw you. You will actually vote for one. All it is partisan bullshit. That's what I've always been saying. Democrats and leftists have no true beliefs except what gives them power in the moment. When they think there's power in calling you a Nazi or Hitler's or whatever, they'll do it. But when they need power to vote for somebody that is a true Nazi, they'll do it. They have no true beliefs except what gives them power in the moment. They'll call you one, but then they'll vote for an actual one for them. There are people in Congress openly saying, well, I wouldn't really choose to do that, and I don't know if I would vote for him. They can say it because they're not in his state. But you got people in the Democrat Party saying, well, we're going to have to vote for him because we got to keep power. So you will vote for a literal Nazi by his own tat. What? You'll still call Trump supporters Nazis in a bad way. What? And you'll vote for a literal Nazi guy, my opinion, since he's a history buff and knew what that was and had it on his chest. And you have to seek that out to get that done. You will vote for one of his literal type to keep power. Gotta keep control of Congress or this seat in this state. So we will vote for the guy with a Totenkopf. Screw every Democrat. If any single one of them ever utters that about somebody, I'm going to bring this dude up. They should never be able to talk about it again. Oh, yeah. All right, you drugged me back in. Dude, you suck. Yep. Oh, baby. Yep. All right, let me pull myself down here. Jay Watterson, you know how to get to me, man. He does, too. He knows. He knows I'll stay to talk more. You know, my throat is starting to hurt. All right. All right, Jay Watterson, you are... Stop it! Stop. Won't be able to talk. All right, this is Chicago Bears. And by the way, Chicago Bears team actually owns the name Chicago Bears. They own it. So even if they move to Indiana, they can still call themselves the Chicago Bears, technically. They really can. Statement from Chairman George H. McCaskey and President and CEO Kevin Warren. By the way, I did see a post last night, yes, on Facebook. Don't come at me. I like to go on Facebook and poke. My wife laughs. I will go and just poke, and I don't argue with people when they come back, and I just poke and cause problems and leave. I am the turd in the punch bowl. But the Illinois, their state house, finally they're going, well, maybe we should find a way to keep the Bears. You waited too late. I live in a state where you a-holes have no problem spending $2.5+ billion a year in my broke-ass state instead of fixing my roads, lowering my property taxes or my gas prices, $2.5 billion on illegal aliens. You couldn't find anything to keep the Bears? Hey, I'm not a big football fan. I'm not. I think American football, I'm going to get in trouble here. I think American football is kind of a dumb sport. Just kind of like our NASCAR, drive around in a circle like a hamster. I prefer Grand Prix, stuff like that, where they turn both ways. You know, I'm not a big fan of American football. I will watch a game and enjoy it sometimes. But when I can see what's coming in the game, it's kind of But hey, they couldn't find. Remember, this is a man, J.B. Prickster, who wants to run for president. You couldn't keep the Bears. Dude, I think this will be, if he runs for president, this is going to be in the primaries, Democrat primaries, which they have to have this time. This is going to haunt him. Just like the homeless stuff and all the drug-addled BS going on in California is going to go after and just decimate the American psycho. All right, statement from Chicago Bears. Yesterday, the Chicago Bears Board of Directors met and voted to advance our stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana. They'd be dumb not to. Indiana already has much, much lower taxes than Illinois. And they offered them, I believe, 40 years of no taxes. 40 years. Tax-free. And they're going to help them with a stadium. They'd be effing retarded not to take them up on it. The money it's going to make. And a lot of the Bears fans are still going to go. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Chicago area. When I did urban exploring, I was in Chicago a lot and around Hammond. Dude, it's a hop, skip, and a happy little jump right there. I mean, it's literally hop, skip, jump right there. In fact, for some people in Chicago, they're already saying it'd be easier for them to get to this Hammond area than it was to where they were in Chicago. They say it might be easier. In fact, they might go to more games. It's like, the thing is, Illinois is not just losing the Bears and the money from that, or a lot of it. Maybe not all. The training center and headquarters is still going to be in Chicago, in Illinois. But the games, they're going to lose a lot of money there. And then you're going to lose a lot of hotel. Not everybody's going to want to stay, even the small hop, skip, and a jump in Chicago. They're going to be staying in Indiana. You bet me they're going to build some hotels really close to this new stadium. That's a lot of money. Illinois just pissed down a rat hole for illegal aliens. And yes, I'm going to blame it directly on illegal aliens because they want to give $2.5 billion to them. Couldn't find any money for an American sports team. Nope. pay for the illegals, not for this. And now they're going to lose this revenue and a lot of stays. And when a lot of people go to the games, if they drive, they'll get gas on the Indiana side, not the Illinois side where the gas prices are real high. There goes even more money. This is a huge effect on restaurants, gas stations, hotels in Chicago. This is decimating. And I know I'm screwed on this. I don't live anywhere near Chicago, but they're going to tax me for this. They're going to tax me. And my wife and I and many other people are going to keep looking to leave. They are making sure that no matter what, they're making it worth everybody's time to leave. So, okay, I'll try to get through this. Yesterday, the Chicago Bears Board of Directors met and voted to advance our stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana. I'm trying to talk quieter. My voice is about at it. With the exact site to be selected, we believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region. It will. Connecting northwest Indiana to the south side of Chicago, through the loop, and across neighborhoods and suburbs stretching north of the city, yeah? It'll bring Chicagoland together and deliver new opportunities to its residents and businesses. They're being very nice there. Illinois stands to lose a insane amount of money here. Indiana stands to gain a lot. And Indiana has what, the Colts? Indiana's going to have two teams. You could have some good in-state rivalry. Ooh. My thing is, you think you're still going to call it the Chicago Bears? What do you think? Are they still going to call it the Chicago Bears? Will they call it the Hammond Bears? I don't know. I don't know if they'll actually call it the Hammond Bears. I bet they'll keep the name Chicago Bears. It'll draw more people from Chicago to still go. Where some people may stink eye if they start calling the Hammond Bears and, whatever. So, I think they will, I'm going to guess they may still keep the name Chicago Bears. Yep. Or Chicago adjacent Bears. I don't know. Since their headquarters and training are still going to be in Chicago or Illinois, they still have a leg to stand on to call Chicago Bears. Part-time Chicago Bears. I don't know. The chased out of Chicago Bears. Something like that. But yep, I kind of saw it coming too. I thought they may actually pull their head out of their ass and try to do something, but they've already raised the taxes on Illinois citizens enough this year that I'm sure they're already got, and they've got some other taxes already planned that, I don't know if they had the money. Even burying people in this state in taxes, I don't know if they had the money. I want to see what some of the response. Good, Chicago is a shithole, yeah? Watch the communist mayor try to sue to keep them there. Oh, yeah. On behalf of the city of Chicago, F you, George McCaskey. Aw, poor baby. Are we butthurt? Oh, this guy will be forever hated, or forever hatted. Forever hatted, so he's going to buy him some hats. By the people of Chicago for a good reason. Why? Why? Because they're stuck in a small stadium? I mean, hey, I'm not a big fan of us, the taxpayers, paying for these stadiums for these rich people and stuff like that. But when one state will do it and then the other state won't, and they're stuck in an area too small, too tight, and too busy, don't hate the player, hate the game. Too bad that our guys wouldn't play the game. Retards run Chicago. It's true. Now this is right here, yeah, not our priority, Bears. Yep. It's not just this. I'm going to say this is wrong. It's the illegals. In fact, I'm going to tell this guy. Sorry, guys. You get to hear me type horridly. Yep, I agree. I think so. Okay. There we go. So, yep. Congratulations to the Gary Bears. Oh, my God. Lunar Surfer, can you say butthurt? Dude, this guy, I'm sorry, Lunar Surfer, you're a doofus. If they built the new Bears Stadium in Gary, Indiana, that city's been trying to recover for a long time. That would be a boon to that city. Holy crap. Stadium, all the people coming in to eat, buy gas, hotels. You will see Gary come back in a big way. Will it be perfect? No. Will it be, the end-all be-all gorgeous city? No. But, dude, it would bring Gary, Indiana back a lot. A lot. So, Lunar Surfer is one of those first order thinkers. Can't think beyond, they'll put a stadium in the nasty. No. You put a stadium there and all the infrastructure around it, the money flowing in, If Indiana really wants to bring Gary back, there you go. Wow. First order thinker right here. This is a person that I'm not good at chess. But I can think past this. This guy here would have a problem with checkers. I'm going to light myself on fire in front of Soldier Field. Okay. I love how these idiots aren't blaming the people they should be blaming. 2.5 billion plus a year on illegal aliens. Maybe if that money had been kept in the state once, we wouldn't have this problem. Illinois couldn't afford a tax break for the Bears, but at least we've been able to give illegal trespassers hundreds of millions of dollars worth of free shit. Yep. Nice work, Pumpkinhead and legislatures. That's one guy who knows what's going on. And I bet he's going to get attacked left and right. Okay. Did I do that? Yep. All right, Jay Watterson, since you want one last thing to talk about, let's talk a little bit about Masters of the Universe. Okay. And I have not seen it. I'm going to be honest. All I've seen is reviews, clips. I've heard a lot of people discuss it. And I'm not going to go pay my money until it comes out in theater just because of everything around it. And I kind of called out, I know they don't give a rat's ass about me, but I called out Gary from Nerdrotic and the whole FNT team, Friday Night Tights. I love the show, by the way. But Fake Wizard was on, and he was the only one talking very good sense about the movie. Gary was honest partially during that he didn't care about Masters Universe. Not his thing, doesn't care about it, doesn't like it, thought it was a little gay, whatever. Gay, G-H-E-Y, YouTube. But he did admit, after a whole thing of going on within the group there, that if this was Doctor Who or some other franchise he loved and was treated this way, he probably would have been very pissed. And that's what happened here. Everybody's saying the first 30 minutes of the movie on Earth is abysmal. It's abysmal. Too much jokey, too much BS. And even when they get to Eternia, too much of the movie is slapsticky. And I've heard people say, well, the cartoon was very slapstick. Are you kidding? There was real consequences. For a kid's cartoon, it was very rough at times. They gave you some happy moments. There were some rough consequences at times. But it still was a kid's cartoon, but it wasn't slapsticky and goofy. It's like back in the day when they made the Starsky and Hutch movie. I hated it because the original Starsky and Hutch TV series was not slapstick. The movie was. Stop it. So that pissed off a lot of people. Midnight's Edge went off. He is a huge Masters of the Universe person. I would call myself I don't have any of the toys anymore. They were stored at my parents' house, the last house when they had a fire. I lost a lot. I lost probably about $15,000 worth of Star Wars toys. They would be worth that now. I had everything. Well, my Massey's Universe is out there too. My ringtone on my phone right now, I'm glad I got it on silent, is He-Man Massey's Universe from the original cartoon. That's my ringtone. I am a He-Man fan. So when Midnight's Edge goes off and he's screaming about how people are saying there's not woke in this. Yeah, there is. He's right. Just the clips out there show it's pretty woke. Tila, they make He-Man, oh, he's learning his powers. He's learning to be He-Man. No. He-Man should be the star. That's that. Not be taught by He-Man, Tila, where he can't even go the right way and rams into stuff. They played too many jokes that fell flat. Every review, everybody they talked to talks about it. It fell flat. Very few of the jokes hit. And they only took themselves seriously at the end. And this is going to be a spoiler. Spoiler. This is a spoiler. And I haven't seen this, but it's a spoiler. This is why I'm not going to the theater. On Earth, Adam works in the HR department, absorbing all that feminist HR crap. And when he gets to Eternia, Man-at-Arms is the manly man. The guy that's as manly as He-Man should have been. Well, as it goes through the movie, near the end, Adam realizes, and they make the movie make sure you know the Man-at-Arms, the macho, real man's man, is the old way. The new way is as Adam goes through on Eternia, he actually adopts more of the HR stuff. He actually modulates to a kind of a femme He-Man. And that's the way it is, that he realizes that the HR way, the more feminist approach is the right way. He actually tries to discuss nicely with Skeletor. Let's come together. You don't really want to. And Skeletor, once again, spoilers, said, I'm evil. I'm the bad guy. Finally, He-Man did have to do the, take him down. But he's riding off to the sunset as human resources He-Man. So Midnight's Edge is right. There's tons of wrong with this movie. And Fake Wizard called it out too. So go watch Fake Wizard's review on it. Watch him talk about it. Or go watch Midnight's Edge. If you are a fan of Masters of the Universe, wait. If you already have Amazon Prime, wait till it comes out. It's going to come out. You watch it there. Do not spend your money in the theater. I'm sorry. You do it right or don't do it. And they didn't do it right. That is angering and annoying and tiresome. The 30 minutes on Earth never should have been there. Why can't they just make a He-Man movie without Earth? So, it's unfortunate. They had a shot to do this exactly right. Remove the slapstick. Make it take itself seriously. Doesn't have to be blood and gore and everything. But good grief. And don't make him be Kernan. But yeah, throughout it, Adam starts discovering that he should be more in touch with the human resources stuff. Oh my Lord. And almost, from what I've been told, almost lost everything because he was trying to be the more feminine version. And from what I have the estrogen, yeah, Jay Watterson, that is what I was told. And that's what made me decide. Me and a friend were going to go. He grew up a huge He-Man fan too. His ringtone isn't He-Man like mine, but we decided not to. We're both going to wait till it's on streaming because of that. We watched a lot of reviews, talked to a couple people, and Midnight's Edge and Fake Wizard and a couple other people we watched, and we're like, nope, we're not paying money for that. That's why it's crashing, because people are looking at it. You had something that would have brought the true He-Man fans. And I've seen some people online making reviews going, well, the Gen X people had their time and it's over. No. Or Top Gun Maverick wouldn't have done amazing. There are movies, if you do it right from those times, that will draw people. But when you just piss off those people, those built-in fans, they will not go. The whole advertising campaign showed anybody that was into He-Man what was going to happen. Yeah, it was the estrogen stuff. We got to have the diversity. Got to do it on Earth so we can show the gay black man making jokes. We got to show He-Man being emasculated, sitting him at a desk. And he's such a retard anyway. If you're being hidden for your safety, you don't go around telling everybody, drawing pictures of the Power Sword, telling everybody you're a prince and, oh, on my planet. Dude, come on. You don't think somebody with magic like Evil Lyn or Skeletor or anybody else hunting you or the universe you could find you if you're broadcasting out to this whole planet who you are? Stop it. It was dumb. He rides off into the sunset being semi-He-Man or She-Man. She-Man right there. But no, when it comes out on Prime, I'm going to watch it and I will talk about it more then. I know nobody will care then, and I don't care. I do what I want when I want. Hey, Jim Patterson, how's it going, buddy? All right, Jay Watterson, the Bears are counting on fans to remain fans and travel for home games while paying exorbitant ticket prices. Well, they already do, Jay Watterson. Anybody that goes to an NFL game already pays exorbitant prices. Same with baseball. My wife likes the Cubs. And she admits she wouldn't go to a Cubs game right now because all the price, how much it costs. My dad took me to Cubs games when I was a kid. And the prices were pretty reasonable even for that time, adjusted for that time. Now it's insane. Here's your $10 hot dog and your $15 beer that's semi-warm. Here's your $50 parking if you drive there. Or here's your insanely expensive hotel room that the taxes on the hotel room are almost as much as the damned room. Here's your insanely expensive ticket when half the time we are paying for these things. So yeah, it's expensive no matter what, Jay Watterson. That's why it's the going to these events is actually become more for the upper class to go to. The top 10 to 15% of the population, maybe 20% affords to go to these things. Most people can't afford it. If they do, it's maybe once a year. I know a lot of people that say, I ain't going to one of those. I'll sit watch it on my big screen TV in my living room with my bathrooms, not a trough to pee in. And I can have a bunch of beers for that $15. And I can have a bunch of hot dogs, and I can have other snacks. And yeah. But I think there's a lot of people that will go. A lot of people may be bitchy and whiny, but sports fans, where else are they going to go? I think they'll go. I think a lot of people will go. And anything they'll lose on one side, they'll gain on the other. They'll gain on the other side. So I don't know. Chargers thought the same thing when they moved to LA and it hasn't worked out. I think this is going to work. And at the very least, the Bears aren't going to lose that much money compared to all the money they're saving, as in not even the cheaper Indiana taxes, but no tax exempt for 40 years. You would have to remove probably 2/3 of the Bears fandom to offset that insane tax savings they're about to get. So I don't think it's going to hurt them that bad, if at all. We'll see. Hard Rock Casino Hotel is already right around the corner. Yeah, see? So yeah, Hard Rock Casino that's right around the corner from the Hammond is going to already be drooling. And once again, they're not going to just build a stadium. They're going to build infrastructure. I'll bet a lot of people will go. A lot of Chicago people will still go. Because there's a lot of people in Chicago, like I was reading on those comments, there's a lot of people in Chicago that know why it's going. They're not pissed at the Bears. They're pissed at their own state. They're pissed at Pritzker. They're pissed at Brandon Johnson. They're pissed at the government of Illinois and Chicago who said, we got money for illegals, but not the Bears. They're going to remember that. So they'll still go to the Bears. They find less fault with what the Bears did than what their government did. So those people will go. Yeah, and I hate to tell you this, more leftards are mad about this, but leftards aren't normally the main football fans. It's center-right people that are bigger football fans. That's like saying if the UFC move to a certain state, oh my God, you know, the lefties will be bitching, but no, most lefties don't go to UFC fights either. People are into the pugilistic contests of physical and will and stuff, are mostly center right. Lefties may bitch and whine, F you Bears, but most of those people probably don't go to them anyway. So I don't think you're going to lose as much. And Jim is right. Hard Rock Casino has other hotels and restaurants and village inns and steak and shakes over there going, bring it, baby. The tax loss to Illinois is going to be decimating. It is a ripple effect. Almost forgot. How about Disney losing even more money with their latest Star Wars? Oh yeah, you mean the Lame-A-Lorian and Croquette? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it was, what, three or four episodes of what was supposed to be the last season or something, or the latest season. 3 or 4 episodes of that they just kind of cobbled together for a movie. Yeah, I didn't see that in theater either, but I've seen a lot of the people talk about it and just say, yeah, like you said, it was just episodes shoved together. And they paid, what's his name, way too much money, and he's barely even in it. He mostly was voice work. I have the estrogen, yeah. You gotta get a 3, there can be only one ringtone. I actually had that for a while. I don't know if I have it anymore. I got Galaxy Rangers. I got a lot. My dad has Gilligan's Island. But yeah, I got a lot of them on here. I had, for my text tone, was Big Trouble in Little China when he said something about, it's all in the reflexes, Wang. I am worried about the Highlander movie, too. The NFL is not what it used to be. No. Well, no, it isn't, because the NFL isn't happy being insanely huge. They keep, and hey, it's business. They want to find new fans. But in the process of trying to find a new fandom, just like Hollywood, they pissed off a lot of the old fandom. Or phased out or moneyed out the old fans. A lot of old fans don't go. They'd rather watch TV now. There are people that would go if it was cheaper. Hell, me and my wife would probably go to at least some Cubs games if it was cheaper. Or if Chicago wasn't such a shithole, you're afraid about getting knifed, stabbed, or whatever else. I know I said that twice. You know what I mean? Knifed, shot, blah. And all the expense. If you look, I think Chicago has some of the highest hotel taxes in the country. So, poor. You know, I am as worried about the Highlander remake, even though Superman is in it. Highlander reboot as I was about the He-Man reboot. And I don't like calling it reboots. Stop it. Just leave it alone. Get new ideas. Stop it. All the business around the stadium isn't tax exempt. Indiana is going to build a destination. Oh, I know that, Jim. No, the businesses aren't tax exempt. No. And they know the money that's going to come in is going to be insane. All the gas, just people buying gas. The people that drive over will be buying a crazy amount of gas, especially when the people that live close who don't know before or don't have any reason going to Indiana start going over for games and buying gas there. They know how much cheaper it is. Or just buying because they go to the games. Buying gas, buying food, buying lodging. Going, hey, that's a cool thing near here. Let's just travel over there while we're going to the Bears game or whatever else. There's going to be tons of other stuff. You're going to have vendors making money. You're going to have insane money coming into Indiana. And insane money sucking right out of Illinois. So 100%. It's going to be a cluster for Illinois. Just the picks released from Highlander tell you it will be crap. Jay Watterson, we looked at some of the pictures on one of my streams, a month or two ago? I've lost track since I've had such troubles, family stuff and internet stuff. By the way, God, my internet is working great. Isn't it tonight? Jeez. Thank you, Pink Internet Company. I'll give them a couple more times before I actually kind of shout them out. Of course, do they really want to be associated with me? Probably not. But hey, if you want to sponsor me, Pink Internet Company, feel free. I could use it since YouTube is holding my channel down. I gain 2, lose 2, gain 5, lose 5, gain 7, lose 7, gain 4, lose 4. It's way too, once again, impossible math. It's Democrat math. Yeah, the picks released from Highlander, they're trying to over-update it. I don't think you're going to beat the Christopher Lambert, Clancy Brown. I mean, I'm sorry. Clancy Brown was Kurgan. You will never find somebody to beat him. Ever. Ever. Epic. Epic casting. And Connor McLeod. Both Christopher Lambert and Adrian Paul did look like people that could have come from that time. The two types of people that could have come from that time. Yes, Adrian Paul maybe slightly less likely, but if you look back at the pictures and history of the time, yes, he could have come from that time of people. So yeah, as much as I like, and I keep forgetting his name right now, so I keep calling him Superman. Had my Biden moment. As much as I like him, he does not look Scottish. He does not look like somebody that would come from that time. He's way too pretty and not quite right for the character, even though I like him. Maybe he'll be epic in it. Maybe we'll be surprised and that movie will be good. But I don't like when they're already telling us they're gonna change the story. Man, such a good movie. How about this? You know what they should do? You know what they should do? They should not remake Highlander. What they should do is either continue the Highlander series, because he looks a lot more like Duncan MacLeod. Continue the Highlander series. Make this a what happened to the Highlander Duncan MacLeod after the series ended movie. They could do that without screwing things up. And or remake this as Highlander 2. This is what Highlander 2 should have been. Done that. I think that would be a better thing to do. Let me know. This should be the next season for Highlander the series, the last season, or what happened after the series, because he looks more like Adrian Paul. Or they could then, this is what Highlander 2 should have been. I think that would actually be better than trying to screw with Highlander. That's me. I know it's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and I've been on for 3 hours. Oof, no wonder my throat's starting to hurt, guys. I'm going to have to stop here pretty soon. My dogs are going to want to eat. I have a dog over here chewing on something. God knows what it is. I don't know what that is. Oh, he knocked over my dog's one lunch bowl who didn't eat her lunch, and he's eating it. Can you get that flipped over, Riker? 2 of my 3 dogs are down here. You guys can't see them, but got 77-pound Gemma right here, and 103-pound Riker is wandering. And Jax is over here. Jax is right there. Hi, Jaxie. What's up, big dog? Jax has grown a pair of balls and now likes to go outside. After 9 years of his life. No script can fix what we saw in the pics. Yeah, but I agree, but I don't know. I would. It's hard to maintain any type of hope these days, but I am trying to maintain a hope since he's involved that it will be a good show because he has respect for the fans. He said that about The Witcher, that's not toxic. It's just fans being fans. Hey, big dog. Whoa, don't get on this. Don't get on the keyboard. Hi, baby. Sorry, I got a big dog down here, and a Jack's dog. What's up, men? Got the men right here together right now. In this house we're outnumbered. Yep, we have 2 girl dogs, girl cat, and my wife. Then it's just me, Riker, and Jaxie for the men. Reminds you how big an opportunity was lost when Ash vs. Evil Dead was canceled. Yeah! Tell me about it. No, but I would like to see, I think he looks a lot more like Adrian Paul, and I think they could have done something with that. Without screwing with the original Highlander. You could have left Highlander alone and not pissed off fans. Actually, you know what my biggest one is? Stargate. Stargate has pissed me off. Stargate has ticked me off. I'm just going to flip over here real quick. Okay. I'm waiting to. I was gonna see if Portland Andy had anything more on, but I don't think so. It's super late over there. The Stargate thing pissed me off. They canceled the Stargate series because it was going to be too popular with the original fandom. So they took guaranteed money, guaranteed viewers, guaranteed people maybe even joining their streaming platform, guaranteed eyeballs on their show, probably guaranteed adoration, people wanting to buy the physical versions, and they crapped it down a toilet because they wanted let's channel critical drinker, modern audiences. Sorry, I can't do what he can do. You know, they wanted modern audiences. They're going to chase, not learn their lesson, chase the modern audience and screw. Whoa. Uh-oh. I have a tornado warning. I have a tornado warning just went off in my area. I have a tornado warning for 45 minutes. Yay! Holy crap! Yeah, Stargate being canceled. It looks like Michael Shanks saw it coming the whole time. So they fired everybody, all the original. Dude, so many of the original people were coming in on this. Creators. Wow. Tornado warning. Yeah, I got it. Huh, I'm downstairs anyway. So none of them stop it. It's not just Disney. So much of Hollywood just won't stop chasing the modern audience. Paramount did it with Star Trek. They pissed Star Trek down a rat hole. BBC did it with Doctor Who. You got Disney done it with Star Wars. They've just taken and wiped their ass with all the stuff. And they wiped their ass and flipped off in the face of everybody who kept these franchises alive. Who went to conventions. Who went to the movies, the shows. Kept the extended universes alive. Bought books, comics, toys. Dude, I have got signed Star Trek pictures of people I met. They've crapped on it totally. Starting to look pretty funky out there. Looking out my basement window. Ugh. So yeah, the chasing modern audiences has got to stop. I mean, it hasn't worked out good for Rings of Power. But they can't stop because they have a contract. They have to make a certain amount. They're losing money on it. They're just stupid. Now they're going to do the same with Stargate. They're going to hire new people that woke DEI crap. And I was saying it, so were other people. I was not the only one. I was a small voice in the pond. A bunch of people were saying there's no way they can make Stargate today like they did. Because it was a patriotic show. Men were men. Women were women. Had some tough themes. No, we didn't have a lot of DEI in it and BS. Nope. A lot of people are saying something's going to happen. They cannot make that show. Them and I were right. That's what happened. Let me check my radar here, guys. Let me make sure I'm not about to be... I think I hear sirens outside. I'm downstairs. Ooh. Oh, it's not here yet. Ooh, it's about to be. Yeah, life's about to get interesting. Oop, it's about to get interesting here. Yeah, I can see a light area. Could be a tornado near us. Okay. Well, we'll see. There's a disturbance in the force, guys. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to slant it down so my ring light doesn't get in the way. But yeah. We're about to get frisky. I've been on for 3 hours anyway. I might want to get off here in a minute. So, yeah. Yep, that's the sirens. I can hear the sirens upstairs going off. But no, chase away the money. Dude, Stargate. I have the Blu-ray sets of even Universe back there. I love... Uh-oh. Hang on. Yo. Sorry, I'm live. Yes. Yep, bye. I think we got a tornado warning. Oops, she left. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, her theme song is the theme to the Disney Gummy Bears cartoon. So yeah, we're about to get frisky here. Yeah. Chase away running Stargate. So you know what's going to happen? Colonel O'Neill is going to have to be a... Oh, you know... Colonel O'Neill is going to have to be a gay black woman. Teal'c will have to be sexually ambiguous. Power of one, the power of many. Yeah, I swear, this is what we're going to get. The Stargate is going to have to be invented by women, not the ancients, just women in general. General Hammond will have to be a woman. Woman of flavor. This is going to be something. No, General Hammond will have to be a drag queen. That's what's going to happen. Or Teal'c will be a Jaffa drag queen. It's going to be insane. Because they're already talking about that's what's going to happen. They're going to hire a bunch of DEI people and idiots, and they're going to do it that way. And they're going to be stuck in something where they've already contracted this many seasons or episodes, and they're going to it's going to crash. Yep. Some people think Stargate was causing people to look into the rumors of real Stargate existing. Oh, it was, of course. A lot of sci-fi shows cause that, so of course. Of course. Which would be really cool if we found out they did have one. So yeah. Hell, Stargate even had a couple shows playing off on that very thought. So, yep, starting to rain outside. Yep, my window covering is getting wet. So, yep. Oh, my dogs are running down here as they don't like the storms. Grace, my little one, doesn't care so much, but Jax, Riker, and Gemma all hate storms. Yep, he's on the love seat behind us. All right, guys, I think I'm going to hop off and go and see if I can play Wizard of Oz. I think we're done talking for now. 3 hours, and I know with these long streams, if I had more time, I would break them up in bits and repost them, and then you got to re-upload them, and which I have fast upload speeds now. Woof, do I? Maybe if I get time, I'll try to break it up. I just like to get on and stream and talk. See, if I had a staff like Asmongold, I get on and talk. The staff goes and cuts it up and puts it up for me. But you got to work up to that level. He didn't always have that. He's always been smarter at this and better than I'll ever be. I'm saying I got no jealousy for people who are doing better than me on here. A lot of them because they've been here a long time, and now you could do that. I built channels back in the day too, and did pretty decent. But nowhere like they did, but I did decent. But now it's very hard. They did seize the contents of museums when they went to Iraq. Yeah? Yeah? Who knows? Who knows? Bad thing is, it'd be like in Independence Day, where the president had no clue about Area 51's true nature. If there were Stargate, real alien stuff, I'm not sure maybe the alien stuff Trump might find out about. But the real Stargate program or some interstellar space program, there's no way he knows or his cabinet knows. Is people deeper. Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper, my friend. All right, guys, if you haven't, please hit thumbs up. If you watch this later, I appreciate it. I know a 3-hour stream is hard for anybody to slog through, and I always tell people, hey, watch it in bits for me or anybody else. If you like somebody, hey, give a thumbs up. If you think anything I've done is worth your time, subscribe. Maybe someday I'll get to the point where I have more time where I can just cut these up and then repost them. May help me, but I don't know. All right, guys, Jim Patterson, thank you very much. Jay Watterson, thanks for being here so much, my friend, and the messages. And to the other people who emailed me, thank you very much. Urbexy, thank you. And I hope nobody gets hurt over there, but something has to happen. I'm not sure voting. I think you're past the point where they can vote out of it. All right, stay safe, guys. I'm going to go see if I'm about to get sucked away in a tornado, as our house was damaged a couple years ago by a tornado, but I hope not. And hope the wife gets home quick enough. All right, have a good one, guys. If I have any time later, maybe I'll try to stream yet. Feels like a long day to me, even though it's only 6 o'clock. Seems a lot later. I've been trying to adapt my schedule, even though I get 10 times the viewers at night. Weird how that works. All right, for now, guys, yes, please hit that like. I appreciate it, Jim Patterson. And I know Jim likes it if I do these times more, but unfortunately, YouTube doesn't seem to like it if I do it at this time. Sucks. It does like it, though. Well, sometimes. Hit and miss. Sometimes if I stream through this, I get a shitload of viewers. Even though every sub I gain, I lose it 48 hours later to 72 hours later. Weirdly. Just like if I do it here. So half of my streams on these are much bigger. You know, I can't show you all this stuff and do things. The other half are about this size. Yes, stream later. We'll see if my voice recovers. I'm already having some problems. I'm 3 hours in, guys. And I've been checking on Rumble. There's been a few on Rumble, but as usual, barely anybody talks on Rumble. Even the big channels suffer that problem. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Ooh, Grumbly's out there. Frisky. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. I know I have a problem leaving. I do appreciate you guys. And I'm glad to be hopefully back. My internet seems to be working. And as long as my family stuff stays clear, we'll see how it goes. Might be interesting stuff going on later tonight. Stop it. Stop dragging me back in. We'll see. All right, I'll talk to you later, man. See you guys. Take care. Be safe. And, yeah, live long and prosper. We'll leave with that. And, yeah, there can be only one original best Highlander movie.